Stadium in Massillon, Ohio. You see the Leopards from Louisville, and there's a look at the Redskins from Cincinnati Anderson, a pair of first-timers competing for the Division II state championship here tonight on Sports Time Ohio. We've had 2 live games in the book. This is number 3 in a monster matchup in Division II between 2 very evenly matched teams. Welcome to the broadcast, everybody, along with my partner, Greg Fry. I'm Mike Karen. Andre Knott down on the sidelines. He'll be joining us momentarily. But first, Greg, let's get your keys for tonight's contest.
Well, first and foremost, you have to stop the run. Both defenses coming in here are good at that. The Leopards only giving up 97 yards on the ground per game. Anderson gives up 179. That's a stat we're going to watch tonight. Number 2, big game, big players have to step up. Which playmakers are going to make plays? And number 3, quarterback play, critical. Both teams have playmakers, Neil Seaman for the Leopards and Daniel Rod for Anderson. Both these guys can throw it and run it. Quarterback's got to make big plays in a game like this.
All right, let's send it down to the 3rd member of our broadcast team, patrolling the sidelines for you tonight. Andre Knott standing by with Louisville head coach Paul Farah.
Thanks, guys. Coach, how big is this for the community that you come from to have your guys down here this year?
Well, obviously, it's big for our community. We won a lot of football games over the years. Now all of our community and alumni are here tonight, and they've been here since about 7 o'clock this morning out in the parking lot with the Leopard Nation, and our fans are just going to be fired up for this football game.
When you look across the field of this Anderson team and you look at the size of those wide receivers, anything that you have to do differently defensively because of that?
Well, I'll tell you, we're going to have to get pressure on their quarterback, because if we don't, it's going to be a long night. They're very athletic. They're very, very versatile. Their quarterback, everybody talks about their tailback, but their quarterback makes them go. And he's able to run the football. He's rushed for over 1,000, thrown for about 2. We got to keep him in check and shut down the 2 wide receivers that are 6'4" and 6'7". That's a big chore for our defensive backs.
You talk about the importance of the quarterback play. Talk a little bit about how important your quarterback is to your offense.
Well, Neil has had a great year for us. He's got to keep playing like he has been. No turnovers. If it's not there, just eat it and take off and run and let us punt the ball and play defense. And it's going to be an interesting situation to see if they come after him or let him or just play zone back behind him and try to stop our wideouts. It's going to be interesting to see how they play us on defense.
Coach, we appreciate the time. Good luck tonight, and hopefully we'll talk to you a little later.
Thank you very much. Have a great evening.
All right, that's Coach Farah from Louisville. Back up to you guys.
All right, Andre, thank you very much. Getting ready for kickoff. Louisville won the toss, but deferred to the second half. As you take a look at Jeff Geising, the head coach of Anderson. First season as the head coach, but spent 19 years there as an assistant. And we talked to him before the football game tonight. He goes, I've coached every position possible at this school. On the other side, Paul Farah in his 9th season, 73-23 at Louisville, and obviously an alum. So he is back home, and he's got his guys in a state championship for the first time ever. Should be a great football game tonight. Take a look at the weather conditions. It is bundle up, get the hand warmers, maybe a couple extra socks, and stay close to everybody in the stands. 32 degrees in and clear as we get ready for kickoff. Back to receive, Brandon Bornhauser and Nick Truzel. And Louisville getting set to let it rip and get this Division II state championship game underway. Ryan Kuhn kick it off, whips it on the ground, and Bornhauser picks it up straight ahead across the 30 to about the 33-yard line. And that's where Anderson will start 1st and 10 tonight.
Our first chance to look at Daniel Rod to see what he can do offensively against the very strong Louisville defense.
Daniel Rod, the 5'10", 180-pound junior, 1,529 yards on the year, 10 touchdowns, and a 60% completion percentage. Both coaches feel the weather will not be a factor tonight. And watching Daniel Rod throw before tonight's game, he's got a stick on him. He can let it rip. I don't think he's going to be bothered by anything. Elijah Story, Josh Jeffrey in the backfield. Off the left side, right off the bat. Off the run and all the way out to the 50. And right off the bat, they rip for a first down. Nick Truzel comes up around, sweep, picks it up big. First down game.
Well, you're going to see the pistol offense tonight. Daniel Rod's going to line up about 4 or 5 yards behind the center. Truzel comes in motion to his hand off, jet sweep, first play. And at 6'7", 210, he's a load. Almost busts that one.
Picks up 16 yards, 1st and 10 now from their own 49. Truesdell, 6'7", 210. Motion. Handoff, right side, Story. Story stacked up at the line of scrimmage, got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain there, and the Leopards defense is tough. This is a team that shut down Ashante Williams last week, held them completely to 5 yards in the second half. Take a look at Anderson's offense. You see Daniel Robb, the quarterback, but Elijah Story, boy, he is just on fire. 4 of the last 5 games, over 200 yards, 201, 3 touchdowns last week, 21 on the year.
And they have size at the receiver position in Runk and Truesdell. That would be a factor tonight.
That's Runk in motion. And Story slams in the backfield and dropped. Ryan Kuhn comes up with the tackle for the Leopards.
Great penetration by number 68, Ryan Kuhn, 6'1", 205 junior.
Take a look at the Louisville defense. Keep an eye on those 3 linebackers. They have combined for almost 300 tackles on the year.
Pretty strong linebacker core right there. And if you look at a lot of those names, 22 of the players from Louisville, their fathers played for this program, and some of them played with Coach Farah. There's a lot of tradition in this program.
All right, 5 wide receiver spread, 3rd and 11 from the 48. Rod, back to pass. Rod going down over the middle. He's got Truesdell, 20, 15, 10, and he gets in for the touchdown. A 3rd and 11 from his own 48, and pay dirt for the Redskins.
Coach Farah talked about he was concerned about the size at receiver for Anderson. One-on-one matchup there. Daniel Rod makes a great throw, lays it in over the top, and Truesdell's one-on-one. It's not only a great throw, but a great read by Daniel Rod. Plenty of time. Ball is on the money.
Truesdell beat number 9, Brandon Matty, 52 yards on the touchdown reception. And Jeff Geising said they're going to take their shots tonight. 4 plays, 67 yards, and 1 minute, 54 seconds. And just like that, they're on the board. John Howard adding the extra point. It is up, and it is good. The Redskins on top, 7-0. Take another look.
All day to throw. Great protection. And it's just a tremendous throw. And it's a pretty easy catch for Truesdell, but he breaks the tackle. Matty had a chance to bring him down, but you could tell Truesdell was going to take this one to the house. You talk about striking fast and early, igniting their bench and the fans from Anderson.
You're a quarterback. You can appreciate a receiver that continues to run through his route. That ball was right on the money.
It's right on the money, but it shows me that Truesdell's got speed. You know, for a 6'7" guy, he can run, and I believe sometimes defensively, when you watch film on a guy like that, you think he's big, you think he's not that fast. Well, let me tell you, he ran right by Brandon Matty.
Well, that'll get the jitters out in a hurry.
Yes, it will. And that's a huge confidence blow. That's the way you want to start a game like this.
First possession, and you're in the books. So John Howard will now kick. Bob Swigert, Leigh Swigert, John Minster, all back deep for the Leopards, standing at about their 15-yard line. What a start we've had for this Division II state championship game tonight.
And, Mike, the crowd's going to be a factor tonight. And I think that's something Anderson, it's almost like a home game for Louisville. You look across the way, there's a lot of white shirts over there. There's about 2-to-1 ratio of Louisville fans to Anderson fans, and I think striking fast is going to eliminate some of that.
All 3 of these guys averaging better than 25 yards a return. So really kicking away from any one of them, it doesn't matter. You're basically kicking at the same kid. No matter which side you go, left, right, or center. Howard raises his hand, ball falls off the tee. And will he get a hold for that? We'll let him reset it. They'll just put it back up on the tee and try it again. 10:06 left to go, just underway here in the first quarter. Just joined us on Sports Time Ohio. Cincinnati Anderson on top on a 52-yard touchdown pass from Daniel Rod to Nick Truesdell. And that's where we stand. The Leopards getting ready to receive the ball and go on the offense for the first time tonight. This one kicked deep all the way back. Swigert, Bob Swigert at his 2, 5, 15, 20's got a crease, gets up to the 25, stumbles across the 25, out to about the 28-yard line. And that's when we'll see Neil Seaman go to work tonight. What an outstanding season he's had. Just a junior. You got to keep that in mind, the offensive numbers that he's put up this year.
Andy's a lefty. You don't see too many lefties, certainly, but as a junior, he's making a lot of plays. It counted for 36 touchdowns. Pretty impressive numbers.
4 wide receiver set. Get used to it. You'll see it all night. Swigert take the handoff, and Seaman going to keep it. Seaman gets out close to the 35, and he slammed down there at the 35. Bring up second down.
Boy, Breon Mack came up from his safety position and put a lick on Seaman. Big hit.
Take a look at the Louisville offense. Blake Swigert, all district, all state. You'll see some Marcus Poyser in there as well at times as Seaman. 36 total touchdowns, 3,500 yards on the year. He picked up 4. I'll bring up a 2nd and 6 from the 34. Back to pass. Lefty looking, going over the seam. Got Swigert. Bob Swigert comes up with the catch. Swigert brought down across the 35, about the 37, short of a first down. Bring up third down.
I love to watch the Anderson defense. They're going to line up in a 3-3 look over the ball and play a shell coverage behind it and mix up their coverages.
Keep an eye on 33. Bob Kuhlenberg, 11 tackles for loss from that position. Keep an eye on the pressure he'll give you. 3rd and 1 now for the Leopards. Steven pitches. Plays Swigert over the right side. Swigert close to a first down. Looks like he may have it by inches.
Boy, Mapp again coming from the free safety position, making the tackle. I think they're going to get the first down, but watch 25 come into your screen. Look at him chase this one down. It looked like it was going to be an easy first down, and boy, he comes up and makes the play.
Well, Mapp, you can see how fast he closes here. One of the reasons why you can see they held Ashante Williams last week in the second half. Williams did all his damage receiving the football. Rolling to his left side, has a man. That's Tyler Jones. Jones dragged out of bounds at about the 46. A good pickup on first down. Bring up second down.
Anderson really opting to give up the flats in this game. What I can see so far defensively, they're going to try to make sure they keep 6 or 7 guys in the box, sometimes 8. They'll give you the flats, and right now, Neil Seaman is recognizing that, taking advantage and taking what they give him.
We'll bring up a 2nd and 2, pickup of 8 at their 46. Seaman. Straight ahead, that's Poyser in there for the first time tonight. Poyser out across the 45 to about the 47. I'll bring up third down.
Important thing here is the first down pickup is important. They picked up about 6 or 7 yards. They only get about 1 or 2 there, but it's the 3rd short. You can live in 3rd short all night long. That's exactly what they want to do.
Yeah, the Redskins allowing about 16 points a game. Their first time, as we mentioned, both teams in the state finals for the first time. Redskins' 8th appearance in the state playoff. Seaman the fake. Seaman straight across inside. And fumbles the football. Ball on the carpet. Scramble for it in Redskin territory. And Anderson comes up with the turnover. Looks like Nick Alward, number 18, came up with the fumble for Anderson. And they'll go on offense again.
Boy, he had the first down coming up the middle. Just running a quarterback trap right there. Let's see if it comes loose. There it comes.
Stripped by Kuhlenberg.
Yeah, Kuhlenberg knocked it loose, and Alward comes up. There's a host of Anderson players in that pile. I think that ball changed hands about 5 times before he came up with it. Momentum, Redskins.
Daniel Rod. Already 1 touchdown pass in the book. Runk in motion. Story left side, has room, look out, 45, 40, still on his feet at the 30, and knocked out of bounds by John Minster inside the 30.
Well, I was curious if they were going to take a shot. A lot of times when you get a turnover in midfield, you take a shot, but he's going to get the edge. Nice job blocking downfield. Almost a clip right here. You got to lay off of that one, but he shows his speed outside.
Picks up 26 on the play.
Max Elliott, number 32, is the one. He's going to make a block downfield. One of those, it's questionable. Is it a clip or not? He gets away with it, though.
Jeffrey in motion. Rod back to pass. Rod downfield. Has Truesdell again. Truesdell goes up and gets the touchdown. Number 2 on the night. Truesdell just outleads Matty at about the 2 and danced in for his 2nd touchdown catch of the night.
Credit Daniel Rod. And this is, again, it's a coaching move here. They're going to try to get the ball to Nick Truesdell one-on-one matchups because Louisville's going to play man. That's what they've done all year long, and they're confident with that. When you have a 6'7" guy, you've got a huge advantage. And it's a jump ball situation. He goes up and makes the play. It wasn't a great throw other than the fact that it was high, which is exactly what Daniel Rod is supposed to do.
Randy Moss-like, Terrell Owens-like, you're just using your size and athletic ability. Truesdale, an outstanding basketball player. And they saw something they liked. They were going to go for it. But some movement. So 2 plays, 54 yards. So we await the call.
Prior to the snap, we have a false start on the offense, 5-yard penalty, still try for extra point.
And this time I think they will try for the extra point.
Yeah, they're going to go for 2 there, and I think they had Louisville unsure what was going to happen, but they jumped. So yeah, now you take the extra point. But talking about a difference maker, who's going to make the plays, who's going to make the big plays in the big game? Nick Truesdale, 2 already, and we're just getting started.
Extra point. Howard is up, and it is good. 7:10 left to go here in the first quarter, and the Redskins have run 6 plays on offense. They've got 2 touchdowns to show for it, and that's the difference here in the first quarter in this Division II state championship game on Sports Time Ohio. The OHSAA Football Championships brought to you by Time Warner Cable. Let's send it down to the sidelines. And Andre Knott, what a start for the Redskins tonight, Andre.
An incredible start for the Redskins when you look at it. And some may be unfamiliar with this pistol offense that this Anderson team runs. Basically, it has a lot of the same things that you see when you look at the spread offense. Basically, the Redskins coaches switched to this offense because of Elijah Story and the quarterback play that they have. And as you see early, this offense is built towards the players that they have.
Thanks, Andre. How about the start from Nick Truesdale?
2 catches for 80 yards, 2 touchdowns, and guess what? You know, there's 7:10 left. We're just getting started here. 100 more chances tonight. 119
yards of offense for Anderson, 24 for Louisville.
Turnover. Seaman fumbles the ball, and Anderson catches in. That's what great teams do. And now it's important, very important, for the Leopards to bounce back. They got some adversity in the game, in the final game. Long way to go, and they're certainly capable. I expect them to come back.
John Howard will kick. Both to Swigert and John Minster back to receive for the Leopards. This one's going to go to Bob Swigert. Fields it on his 3. Swigert up to the 15, looking for room, 20. And out across the 20 to about the 22, and that's where the Leopards will start on offense.
Well, Howard's showing me he's got some leg because he's kicking into the wind, and both times nearly got that to the end zone and with some height.
Greg, as a coach, even though you're down by 14, you can't get away from your game plan. It's just too early. You just got to get back and say, hey, guys, we can't turn the ball over.
Well, they're too good offensively. I mean, they're not going to get flustered. They've been in this position before. And you got to get settled in. You know they can move the ball. They have weapons. They're going to score.
Seaman now. Rolling to his right side. Seaman looking downfield. Seaman has a man. And that's Matty at about the 35. They pick up a first down. That's the way to get things going.
Well, good for Brandon Matty. He's been picked on a couple times. He's been in position defensively, at least on the last one he was. Got beat on a jump ball, but he shows he can do it on both sides of the ball. Great throw right here, too. Little comeback route. That ball's on the money. I watched both these quarterbacks warm up. I like both these kids. They throw it well. That's not an easy throw for a lefty rolling to his right.
Tyler Adkins, Tyler Jones, wide left. Matty, wide right. And fake Swigert, Seaman on the run, and what a tackle out there. Again, swarming to the defense and dropping behind the line of scrimmage. Nick Alward came up and made the stop.
Excellent effort by Nick Alward. Looks like he was going to get blocked, but he knifed inside to make the play, and it's just great anticipation on his part for what was coming as far as the quarterback sprinting out.
Lost 2 on the play. 2nd and 12 from their 34.
Anderson's doing a great job early on defensively, disguising their coverages.
Seaman again. Going to roll to his right side as a man out there. Made the catch. Out across the 35 to about the 38. Bring up 3rd down.
Anderson's playing with a lot of confidence right now. You got a 14-0 lead. They're jumping around defensively, trying to make life very difficult on Neil Seaman. It's an important third down situation here. You want to keep the football, keep your offense on the field.
Seaman 4 for 4 now, 41 yards around the catch. Brings up a 3rd and 7 from the 39. Seaman back, looking, has time. And in and out of the hands of Tyler Atkins. And they'll punt. Nick Bruner on the coverage for the Redskins.
Nice job by Jason Bruner. He's playing a little bit offense and defense. He played some nickel last week against Ashland. In there again, does a nice job getting his left hand on the ball here to help knock it down. Well defended.
So 5:29 left to go here in the first quarter. Jason Bruner, Luis Perez are back to field this kick. Randy Maddie's kick is away. It would be Bruner called for the fair catch at about the 27-yard line. So the big key, how do they slow down the 6'7" wide receiver?
Well, he did it running the football, but how about the 2 catches he made? All I can say is stud, 6'7", throw the ball to him. One-on-one situation. Now the question is defensively, if you're Louisville, do you make a change? And if you do that, you go against what you've done all year long. They've played a lot of man coverage and been aggressive, but right now, Anderson's taking advantage of that.
There's a look at Nick Truesdale, 2 catches already for 80 yards. So after the 37-yard punt, 1st and 10, Redskins on their 27. That's Runk in motion. Hand off right side for a couple. The extracurricular after the play.
The Leopards
on the carry.
The Leopards have shown that they're really good against the run. They've done that all year long. And really tonight, Anderson has not run the ball too much. It's been through the air, and I think that's one of those take what the defense gives you. And right now, with man coverage, I'd be throwing the ball to Nick Truesdale, and I'd probably throw it to John Runk, too.
There's a look at the leading tackler for the Leopards, Marcus Poyser. 101 tackles total on the year, 15 TFL. And he was in on that tackle. Brings up a 2nd and 9 from the 27. Rod. Story right side. Story looking for a hole. Spins across the 35 out to about the 38. I'll bring up 3rd down.
Well, you can tell he's a good back, Elijah Story. And every time you have a great tailback, you got a great fullback. 31, Josh Jeffrey's going to come up in the hole and put a lick on one of the linebackers. That was Clay Swigert. And he's into the secondary for a nice pickup.
5 carries, 33 yards for Elijah Story. Brings up 3rd and 3 now for the Redskins, 33. Story again looking for room, looking to run left side. Story out close to the 1st down. Looks like he's going to be a little bit short.
Well, Marcus Poyser had him dead to rights in the backfield. Story just kind of sidestepped him. Watch 34, Marcus Poyser. He's going to end up right in the way. Whoop. Makes a miss.
Well, that's why I don't officiate. They gave it to him. It was real close, but close enough down there. They keep it going.
That's a good spot. You got to take those breaks. I'm sure Coach Farrer didn't like that spot, but they'll go both ways by the end of the night.
So under 4 minutes here in the first quarter. Final of 3 games tonight. 3 more coming for you tomorrow. Beginning at 11 o'clock. Rod on the roll. Rod got pressure from the backside, and he's dragged down. So Rod is sacked from that backside. Corey Whaley in there from his defensive end position to get the sack.
Well, good pressure. How do you keep Daniel Rod from throwing the ball deep downfield? You get pressure, and that's exactly what they did. Look at the white shirts all there. Mike Carver there as well. Dan Westlake comes from behind. They're going to have to continue to do that, because if you give him time, you're going to be in trouble.
2nd and 15. Rod on the keeper. Rod straight out. About the 40. Let's send it back down to the sidelines. Andre Knott with more on Louisville's day.
Yeah, when you look at this Louisville team, Coach Ferrer said, look, he's not worried about his guys being overwhelmed by this situation. They were close away. You guys already mentioned they're only 20 minutes away. They had school today as they normally would. Then they traveled over here to Massillon. Also, this was the first team to play on this turf as they had their 7-on-7 drills earlier this year when this turf was put in.
Thank you, Andre. Good stuff. 3rd and 8 from the 39. Rod, play action. Rod has a man out close to the first down. Breaks the tackle, and flags come flying. Looks like a clip on the play.
Coming back. Well, what a great throw by Daniel Rod. That was pretty well defended. He put it right over top of linebacker, but it's going to go for naught.
Josh
pretty
Jeffrey.
sure, yeah, pretty sure there's a clip.
As you take another look at it again.
Look at the touch on that throw.
There's the block in the back right there. John Runk's going to get flagged. Number 11, so that one should be coming back.
Well, you want your receivers to block downfield, but in that case, he's already got the first down. You got to lay off. Well, they're going to say illegal use of the hand. Same difference.
You'll see it on this replay here.
Right there.
Nice job, guys. Great camera work.
That's the one where John Runk's got to have a presence of mind to know that we already got the first down.
We have a block in the back on the offense. 10-yard penalty from spot of the foul. Repeat 3rd down.
And an opportunity for Louisville to get a stop, which they need. They're going to get their offense back on the field.
Takes them back to their 37, 3rd and 10. Rod, back to pass. Rod looking downfield. That Truesdale overthrows him. Swigert on the coverage. That'll bring up 4th down. He's 6'7", but he's not 6'10".
Well, and I think Coach Ferrer is going to roll the dice. He's going to continue to do what they do. They're going to pressure. They're going to come after Daniel Rod. And they're going to play man coverage. This time they get enough pressure. He had pressure in his face. Ball's a little bit high. He had him one-on-one. A little bit overthrown.
They are getting the matchup. Leopards will get the football. 2:20 left to go. Kick is away. Fair catch called for at about the 35 by Bob Swigert. And that's where Louisville will take over. And trying to get something positive going here.
And they will. There's plenty of time left. There's still 2:13 left in the first quarter. A lot of time. They put together a couple good drives. But really, the turnovers are the difference in the game. They just need to come out with points and win the next couple drives, and they're right back in it.
27 yards on the punt. Take a look at Paul Farah. Very relaxed guy before the game. Business as usual. I heard Andre talk about they had school today. It's still 2:30. Took the bus up there. Not a big deal. Out to Matty. Matty out across to the 45. Pick up about 9. Brings up 2nd down. Brandon Matty's 54th catch of the year.
Seaman just looked smooth back there. You know, he got the snap, ho-hum, flip it out to Matty, move the chains, pick up 9, no big deal. I sense a lot of poise out of Neil Seaman.
5 for 6 for 50 yards. A 2nd and 1 now from his 45. And he's going to keep this one, looking for the first down, and he's got it. Out across the 45, about the 47. So they'll move the chains.
It's important as a quarterback to know where you're at in the field, know the situation. Kevin Chapman's going to come up, number 99 here. He just cuts it upfield. He's just looking for that north and south seam. He picks up a couple yards. Move the chain.
All those linebackers in there, Chapman, Bigelow, Anglem. 1st and 10 from their own 47. Seaman rolling left, looking downfield, looking for a man. Seaman's got Swigert. That ball is knocked away by Nick Allard. Great play by Allard, and he had Swigert open.
Well, he had him open, but he was a little bit late throwing that ball. That's why Nick Allard was allowed. He had enough time to get in front of that and knock it down. A little bit late on the throw. Fortunately, he threw it high enough that Allard couldn't intercept it because he made a cut on it. Allard's making plays. He's already got a fumble recovery. He's got a tackle for a loss and showing some elevation there.
2nd and 10 from the 47. We're talking to one of the assistant coaches who said basically a lot of basketball players on this Anderson team. They only have one eligible basketball player right now, and he's waiting for his teammates to come back because they're all playing football. Second and 10.
Good problem to have right now, with the exceptions of basketball, coach.
Seaman on the key. Seaman still on his feet at the 45, about the 44. Good pickup there on a second and 10 play. Brings up third down.
Nice pickup. Again, third short situation. Patience is the key right now. He's going to show pass, step up. Marcus Poise is going to make the block for him. Good job there, and makes a couple guys miss.
A very manageable 3rd and 1. They are 1 for 3 on third down. Got Marcus Poyser in the backfield to his left. Seaman on a 3rd and 1.
Kuhlenberg, yeah, he enticed Kuhlenberg, number 33, enticed him offside. The mark of a veteran quarterback.
Get the call here.
Prior to the snap, we have encroachment on the defense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Larry Clemens with the call. Take another look. Watch the nose guard there in the middle.
Little bit too aggressive.
Kuhlenberg knew he was in no man's land right there. 1st and 10 now from the 39. Play action. Seaman. Gonna keep Seaman. 40, 35. Seaman slammed out of bounds at the 30. Nick Alward over there to knock him out of bounds. Very close to another first down.
Howard and Eli Angle come up and going to lay the hit on here, but good recognition. He's going to roll to his left. It's not a design roll. He had a chance to throw it downfield, but you know what? He sees the open field. Run. Great job picking up 8 yards. Next year, you know what he's going to do? He's going to get out of bounds right here. You don't have to be a hero. Get out of bounds, take the next snap.
Howard's having a game. I'll tell you that right now. He's everywhere.
He is. Neil, be smart, buddy. Get out of bounds. Don't need to run him over. You're going to get hit enough tonight.
2nd and 2 from their 31. This time rolling right. Pressure.
Got a man.
Looking downfield. Has a man. Howard back there makes the pick. Howard on Tyler Atkins. Jumps up and makes the interception.
Ball was underthrown. He had Tyler Atkins early, and I think Seaman had to move to set his feet. By the time he got rid of it, it allowed Nick Howard to come up and make the play again. He's going to roll to his right, and he's going to set, and he's got to move a little bit right there. Just that little bit is where he missed the window of opportunity for Tyler Atkins. And if that ball's thrown high and over the top, that's a touchdown.
You always hear the expression that the safety has to play center field, and that gives you an idea right there. You're just kind of watching where the quarterback's going, and you're tracking down that throw. And Howard went up, made a very acrobatic catch on that throw.
Great athlete.
So with 14 seconds left to go, they'll hand off to Story. Story followed up on that right side. Brian Kuhn over there. Corey Whaley over there as well to make the tackle.
And if you're Louisville, what you have to keep in mind, it's like a punt. You know, it's an interception. You missed an opportunity, but it's like a punt. It's not, you can just write that play off. You got a lot of time in this game.
Got 1 quarter in the book. Turnovers have been the story for Louisville. And the air game has been right on for Anderson. They're up 14 after 1 here in this Division II state final on SDO. Want to watch this game again? Look for this game and other high school football playoff and state championship games only on Time Warner Cable. Local on demand. You can pause, fast forward, rewind, and even do instant replay. Local on demand is free with Time Warner Digital Cable. Getting ready to start the second quarter. Glad you could join us for this Division II state championship game. Pat Murray, our director. Jim Murphy has been our producer. And, of course, down on the sidelines, Andre Knott. Mike Cairns along with Greg Fry. You take a look at the passing yardage, and it has been all Redskins. Right now, after an interception by Nick Alward, they're backed up a 2nd and 9 on their 5. That's where we'll begin the second quarter. Story the lone setback. Wrong Runk in motion. That's going to be Story. Story off the right side. They fake the Story. Pitch it to Runk. And Runk out across the 15 to the 16. Boy, that even fooled me for a minute. Great play fake by Daniel Rod.
Great play faking. Great pitch. That is difficult to do. Put it right on the money to Runk. But it's an aggressive call down there. It's aggressive with the fact that it's play action and you're putting your quarterback in his own end zone, pitching that ball with his left hand. You better have some confidence in him. And boy, they get out of it. They get out of the hole. Big play.
Jeff Geisting told us that Daniel Rod is so good with that play fake that he told the officials, you got to give him a chance. He's going to be real good. He's going to fool you. As you see Runk in motion, and he fooled us. Straight ahead is Story. Flags all over the place in the area of holding. That's probably going to come back.
That's coming back. Louisville has field position now. Despite the turnovers, again, I go back to the interception, like a punt. They have field position. They're going to get 10 more yards here with the penalty at least. They just have to be patient. They trail 14-0, but if they're going to cash in sooner or later. Their opportunity will come. Basically just running the counter backside. Can't quite tell where the hold is.
Right there, 70 Brian
maybe.
Sally.
Yeah, Brian Sally. Yeah, he's got a grip.
Locked in
on Dan Westlake.
Holding on the offense. Half the distance to the goal. Repeat first down.
Let's send it back down to the sidelines. Andre Knott, tell us a little about the field conditions. The wind, is that playing a factor tonight?
Absolutely. You look at that interception by Neil Seaman. As you can see, if you look up here at the flag, really it doesn't look like anything's going on with the wind. But down here on the ground, it's more of a swirling effect. Both of these quarterbacks are going to have to take that into consideration when they try to throw the ball downfield because you don't feel it, but it's swirling down here. I think that had an effect on that interception.
Thanks, Andre. Runk in motion. Rod has Jeffrey and Story, and he was looking for Runk, and that is batted down.
Shuley, Matt Shuley, 6'3", 225. They have size in defensive end position. He just knocked that one down and almost catches it. That would have been a phenomenal play.
Shuley, the co-defensive player of the year, giving a good look wide. 6'3", 225.
What if that gets tipped right back to him? He walks in the end zone. Louisville's just looking for a play. Their opportunity is going to come in this game. They have got to be patient.
Second and 18 from the 9. Rod back. Just a little slip to the Story, but that's incomplete. I think you're right. I think all Louisville is trying to do, you hold them here, you know you're going to get some good field position back. Try to get some things together. There's plenty of time here in the second quarter.
Well, they're averaging 33 points a game. They're going to score. This is definitely a forward pass. You can tell Daniel Rod knows that. He made sure of it. But Rob, that story.
We're backed up on their 9. 3rd and 18. And Daniel Rod wants a timeout. We'll go over and talk to Coach Geisting about this one. Redskins out of the Fort Ancient Valley Conference, 12-2. And we talked a little bit about, to go back a little bit about what Coach Geising was telling us about in Daniel Rod. I said to him, you know, what concerns you coming in about, you know, your quarterback, the junior, first time in a state championship game? He said, I'm not really worried about him. He's fine. He goes, I had to talk to the officials before the game and say, you know what, the way he ball fakes, he goes, I don't think they've ever seen a guy do something like that before. And you can see it right there a couple of times early.
Well, that tells me he's well coached, he's prepared. He's obviously a good athlete, and to be poised to be in this situation, to get them here, obviously he's making a lot of plays, and we've seen it so far. Very, very impressive.
Send it back down to the sidelines. Andre Knott standing by with John Dickerson.
Yes, we're with Assistant Commissioner John Dickinson of the OSHAA. Can you talk a little bit about how busy you are in the fall and how you get all these teams and all these sites taken care of, John?
Yeah, it takes a lot of work in the fall. We have 6 sports. We have field hockey and tennis and volleyball, girls tennis. And of course, we have the football and also boys and girls golf and boys and girls soccer. Real busy time for us in the fall.
Of course, sportsmanship is one of the most important things when you talk about scholastics in this state. What do you do mostly to try to get that out to the people and the players?
Well, we talk to our building administrators. We talk to our officials and our coaches. It's an ongoing project. We have a lot of sportsmanship programs in place, and it's just ongoing. We continue to work at that.
John, you guys do a wonderful job getting this tournament going. We appreciate the time.
Thank you very much.
All right, back to you guys.
Thanks, Andre. See the assistant commissioner a little cold there. Got to get some more of that OHSAA gear on. you got to layer.
Rest around the golf tournaments, but Daniel Rod nearly makes a miraculous third down pickup here in his own end zone. He's going to scramble out of there and get the ball. I believe that Josh Jeffrey almost gets the first down.
Jeffrey, one of his favorite targets out of the backfield. Doesn't run the ball a whole lot, but 34 catches on the year coming in. And the kick, a low liner. Bob Schweigert fields it on the hop to 45. Nice job fielding the football. Gets out close to midfield. So the Leopards will have good field position. 32-yard punt. And that'll bring Neil Seaman back out in the Leopard offense.
Give some credit there to 34 Austin Rexroth. Watch him short hop this like a good first baseman. Well done. Picks up the bad snap, gets rid of it. And Swigert, a little bit dangerous there, but to me that shows confidence. I can tell he's done that before. That'll give coaches heart attacks, but
tried to bait him.
He knew
like he was going to let it go.
And he almost got through.
Seaman first and 10 from his 49. Schweigert in motion. Flags, whistles.
We got a flincher on the offensive line.
Prior to the snap, we have a false start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Just cannot get on track so far here in the first half, Greg.
No, I believe the guilty party there was Matt Shuley, the left tackle. It's some of that's just settling down. You know, you got to understand there's a lot of nerves with these teams, and especially I'm sure Louisville having 20 minutes playing away from home. That takes a while for the guys to get that out of the system and settle down and play their game.
First penalty of the night. See Bob Schweigert in motion. And Seaman keeps it on the handoff. He's not going to get anywhere. Zach Steigerwald in there, knocking him down. Truesdell as well.
Big hit by Steigerwald, 6', 255 senior. High snap. Again, bobbled a little bit. Good composure by Seaman. He's going to turn backside, get nailed. Reminds me a little bit of Ohio State, Michigan. Ohio State offensively in the first couple series of that game. You know, just got to settle in some and get in your game plan and adapt to the system.
Second and 14. Seaman looking back to pass, pressure. Seaman rolls to his left, still under pressure, and he's going to get dragged down. Kevin Chapman on the tackle for the Redskins.
Great pressure. Kevin Chapman's going to finish it off, but nobody open downfield. Well defended by the defensive back. He's going to feel the pressure. He's going to try to step up, but he's got to run through the wide side. This is where you get in trouble with the quarterback. You're running out in no man's land. There's really nothing to do but throw the ball away or take a sack, and Kevin Chapman finishes the play.
The one who deserves the credit is Kuhlenberg, 33. You saw him step up, which forced him to the outside and let Chapman clean it up. So nice job there by Bob Kuhlenberg. The third 20 now from the 39. Seaman, the pitch. Clay Schweigert, slips, falls down, and they will punt. Map in on the coverage for the Redskins.
I'm very impressed with the Anderson defense. They have a great plan tonight, and so far they're in control of this game. They're confusing Neil Seaman with their coverages. They're bouncing around a lot. They're playing with a lot of confidence. Impressive so far.
So Jason Bruner and Luis Perez back in punt coverage, waiting for the kick from Brandon Matty. Coming up on 9 minutes left here in the first half. Matty gets it out and away. Good kick there. Perez fields it. 25-30. Perez found a little seam. Step out of bounds about the 32.
That was Bruner. That was Jason Bruner. And you know what? He saved a lot of field position there by catching that ball. I think he saved about 20-25 yards by stepping up and catching it and moving it upfield.
Jason Bruner with some fine footwork along the sidelines there. As you take a look at Daniel Rod, getting ready to lead the Redskin offense back out on the field. Rod with a couple of touchdowns. That's been the difference. Rod to Truesdell. And it's 14-0. 8:58 left to go in this Division II state championship game. Paul Brown Stadium in Massillon. Elijah Story Story looking for room. Nothing there. Back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe got one. See Clay Schweiger come in and make the hit.
Well, Elijah Story's got to get his touches, but Schweigert says no thanks there.
Give him a yard. J.D. Whaley also in on the tackle. Those three linebackers right there from Louisville just make a ton of tackles on this defense.
They're pretty good.
Drunk in motion. It's Story. Story sheds one tackle. No, it goes the other way. The fake was to Story. And Rod. But the Leopards were ready for this.
They were ready. Corey Whaley, number 64, stays home. He's going to stay home. It looks like Story's got the ball at 64. See him right there. He stays home. Great job. You got to stay in your gap. You can't give up to Kane. Well done by Corey Whaley.
That ball was in the stomach and out.
Pulled it out. That's tough. That's tough to defend. But again, when you're defending that, you have to stay home. You can't watch the football. You have to assume he still has the ball. Chase that ball carrier down. Guess where the ball goes? Right around you.
Nice job by the Louisville defense on a 3rd and 9 from the 33. And movement. That one's going to be coming back.
Prior to the snap, we have false start on the offense, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Center number 77, Nick Sherman. When he turns around, looks at the quarterback, you know there's a little bit of miscommunication there. Nick Sherman, of all first-team All-Stater, 6'2", 235 junior.
This penalty on the night for Anderson, about the only thing they're not doing. So it'll bring up the 3rd and 14 now from their 28. A long 3rd down conversion here for Daniel Rod. And he's back to pass. Rod looking down. Truesdale makes the catch. 1st down. Truesdale and Rump both crossing at about the 45. The 6'7" senior gets up, hauls it down.
See, this is where I'd love to sit down and watch this film, because to me, that ball was thrown to John Runk, and Truesdale came down with it. And I'm about 99% sure that's where the ball was going. Look at Runk. Runk was wide open. If he catches that ball, it's a touchdown. A little bit underthrown, and look at that catch going over the top. But you have double posts. Daniel Rod would probably never admit that like a good quarterback would, but he was very fortunate.
You would you? 20-yard pickup. Truesdale again in traffic. Fights his way close to another 1st down.
When you have two great receivers with size like that, you can get away with throws like that. Boy, Truesdale's showing me he's running on the slant. He's in traffic right here. Fakes outside, comes underneath. Boy, great hands, good composure in traffic.
Picks up 8 on the play. 4 catches, 108 yards on the evening so far for Nick Truesdale. Story and Jeffrey in the backfield. And Daniel Rod on the 2nd and 2.
Up and go.
Rod pumping and going, looking for Rump, and it's picked off. John Minster's got it. 10, 15. Looking for some room at the 20. Gets around Truesdale. No, he will not. Nick Truesdale makes the tackle, but Minster comes up with the pick.
Getting a little bit greedy. That's a little bit overconfident offensively there. They try to pump and go to Runk, and Daniel Rod takes a shot when he gets rid of this football and forces him to underthrow the ball. And 25, John Minster chases it down. That's the play Louisville needed to get back in this game and really stop the momentum swing by Anderson.
That's what Leopard Nation has been waiting for tonight. And with 6:14 left to go in the 2nd quarter, will this be the catalyst to get the Leopards offense on track? 14-0 here in this Division II state final on STL. Sports Time Ohio, your home, the Ohio High School Athletic Association State Football and Basketball Championship. Coverage of this year's football championship continues tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock. Bascom Hopewell Loudon faces Newark Catholic for the Division VI State Championship. OHS AA Football Championship all weekend long with a pair of triple headers here on Sports Time Ohio. Mike Aarons, Greg Fry, Andre Knott patrolling the sideline. 6:14 left to go, 2nd quarter in this Division II state championship game. from Massillon. 14-0, Cincinnati Anderson. John Minster coming up with the pick. And now Neil Seaman going to try to make some work out of this. Got plenty of time here in the second half to try and get this high-powered Leopard offense back in gear. Seaman back to pass. Has a man out across the 30, about the 31. Tyler Jones makes the catch. A good pickup on first down.
Tyler Jones has some size as well. 6'4", 200-pound junior, comes into the game with 6 touchdowns. And you can tell the Leopard Nation get a little antsy on the sidelines and in the stands, but they've got to be patient. And I'm sure Coach Fair wants to get the points before halftime. Any points at this point in time, very important. Seaman rolling to his right. Frazier in front of him. Seaman going to keep it. Trying to get to the outside. Loses the football out of bounds. Flag goes flying as he's run out of bounds at about the 27. Well, I'm going to be interested to see what this is going to be called, because it came late, right at the point at the tackle, and I'm not sure
if Chapman got the face mask.
I think might have been Nick Buchanan, number 96, I believe. And I didn't see a face mask. But
I didn't see it either, but the official was right there, and he got it. Great call.
That is a great call. Good camera work, guys. Well done.
Right in front of the official.
That's
the
why
line
the ball
judge
came out. He's trying to protect himself. Great call.
That's why they're here. The highest rated official, the biggest games.
Well, that's so hard to see when it happens so fast like that. They were on top of it. And as a quarterback, you got to take one for the team there. You know, if they're going to get your neck twisted around, take it for the penalty. Anything at this point in time.
Might even want to help him out a little bit, don't you? Want to turn your head in the direction of the pole?
Well, I think it's kind of natural, Mike.
Your
head's going to go.
Extra help?
Trust me, your head's going to turn.
We have a face mask, 5-yard penalty on the defense. Repeat second down.
When it's 5, you know, that could have been 15.
We'll bring a second down from the 32, second and 1. 6th penalty tonight on the Redskins. Quick out, little hitch on Swigert. Swigert's got the first down all across the 35 to 36. Send it back down to the sidelines. Andre Knott with more on this Anderson defense.
Absolutely. If you look at this Anderson defense and what it's been able to do against this Louisville powerful offense, a lot of people are probably surprised. The reason Anderson runs this defense, this 3-3 stack, is because it basically stacks up well against the spread offense. And so far, with 5 minutes to go in this first half, it's doing exactly what you need to do against the spread offense. It's staying compact, and it's tackling the guys right as they catch the football.
Thank you, Andre. 1st and 10 from the 36. Seaman looking downfield. Everybody covered. He's got room. Out across the 45-50 into Redskin territory. And Seaman picks up a first down for Louisville.
Great coverage again by the Anderson defense. But as a quarterback, you need to recognize that. And that's what breaks the defense's back. When you get good coverage, run across the field, the quarterback steps up, and he's got a huge running lane. Good recognition by Neil Seaman. Really nobody open. And he does what he's supposed to. Step up in the pocket. Nice job. He didn't run outside. He went up. And look at the hole. Now he's got him crossing the 50-yard line. Now they got a chance to get a good drive going and put some points on the board.
Nice protection from his offensive line as
Great
well.
protection. That's right.
1st and 10 now from the Redskins 46. Seaman looking in the flat, and it is picked off. Kyle Nelson comes up with the pick for the Redskins. That was a blown route or bad throw.
Brandon Matting was running a slant, and it looked like he kind of pulled up. So a miscommunication by Seaman and Matty. Kyle Nelson makes a great diving catch. And Seaman throws this ball on time. Looks like he's in rhythm. Not sure. A little bit of confusion there. You don't typically see that in week 15 of a season. That's something happened between those two.
Well, the senior comes up with the pick. And you're right. I don't know if Brandon Matty gave up on it or not, but Redskins will take over 1st and 10 from their 40. And the magician back there, the quarterback, Daniel Rod. You got to keep an eye on him. Hand it to Elijah Story. Story's got room. 50, 45, following his blockers. Into Leopard territory inside the 40, and he's out of bounds at the 39.
Anytime you have a great back, over 2,000 yards coming into the game, 4 of the last 5, 200 yards. He's elusive. He's going to make guys miss, but the blockers downfield do a great job as well. Look at number 78, Andrew Norwell down there, 6'6", 255 sophomore, running downfield, making blocks.
21-yard pickup for Elijah Story, who come in with 200-yard games in 4 of his last 5. This is going to be Story again, straight up the middle. Big hole opened up by that offensive line. And down to about the 31-yard line. Boy, a big hole opened up front by the all-district, all-state junior center, Nick Sherman.
Well, you can tell, look at it, he's just a magician with the football, is Daniel Rod. He holds it out there, and you don't know where it's going to go defensively.
Story 11 carries, 64 yards. You see the average. 8 on that play. Truesdale and Jeffries in the slot. Jeffrey now coming right to left on the screen in motion. And it's going to be Story again. Story's got room. Spins down to the 20. Picked up the first down. Look out, Elijah Story starting to find his rhythm.
He's starting to heat up, and he does a good job going north and south here. But I'll tell you, at the end of this play, he's got a chance to bounce. If he bounces this outside about right here, it's a touchdown. But it's still a positive gain. He's spinning forward for the extra yards.
And a timeout called by Louisville as Marcus Poyser and John Minster in on the tackle for the Leopards with 3:26 left to go here in the first half. And this is not what you want to see. Elijah Story starting to find his holes, make some people miss, and just keep this Redskin offense churning out yards.
Coach Geisey's got his guys firing on all cylinders at this point.
There's a look at Cincinnati Anderson. Redskins coming in at 12-2 in the Fort H. Valley Conference. Their first state finals appearance. 8th time in the state tournament. They were Division I last season. Matter of fact, they played 9 Division I teams this year. Head back down on the sidelines, hook up with Andre Knott. Andre?
This timeout is big for this Louisville Leopards team. As you can look out there right now, Coach Fair is having some problems with the officials. I don't think this timeout was taken so much to stop the game, but actually for Coach Fair to get out here and talk about whatever he's complaining about with the referees and what's going on out here on the field. It'll be something to watch as this game continues.
Thanks, Andre. There's a look at Coach Farah.
I think that timeout's important to get his defense some composure. They cannot afford to give up another score. They're going to make a stop because right now Anderson's on fire offensively. And you're right, Elijah Story is starting to heat up.
3 plays, 40 yards, all Story on the ground. It's Runk in motion. And that's going to be Story again. Across the left side. The last 4 plays that he's run, it seems like he's been a step away from taking it to the house.
Well, credit the offensive line. I mean, you can see he's getting good penetration into the line where the linebacker is going to be Nick Sherman from the center position, Kyle Hetrick, left guard, Brian Sally. Those guys right in the middle of the line are doing a great job against a very good defensive line for the Leopards.
J.D. Whaley in on the tackle. Brings up a 2nd and 5. 13 carries, 79 yards, up over 6 yards a clip. Rod hands it on the end around to Truesdale. 10-5. Truesdale short of the end zone. Gets knocked out of bounds at about the 3. J.D. Whaley in on coverage for the Leopards.
Well, that's the thing. They can lull you to sleep by running Story, running Daniel Rod. And you cannot forget about Nick Truesdale. Here he comes again. He's still banged up at the end of that play, but he is a weapon. Boy, it's hard to tell where that ball is, but he makes a couple guys miss. Right there, he gets hit low. That one's going to sting a little bit. He'll be back. Very, very nifty with his feet for being 6'7".
Julie in there to force him out. Whaley to finish up. Not before a 1st and goal from the 3. Runk in motion, left to right. And Rod followed the snap, but he'll make it around. It's the left end for a 3-yard touchdown. Not designed, but they'll take it.
Playmaker. And I'm sure the Anderson faithful game. He brought him down the field, and they literally scored with 3 seconds left to go. They were trying to, coaches were screaming for him to stop the clock. He took it on his own and ran the ball in the end zone to win the game.
6 plays, 60 yards, in a minute and 58 seconds. John Howard to add the extra point with 2:38 left to go. Put the Redskins up by 3 scores. Kick is right down Broadway. And Cincinnati Anderson is rolling up 21-0. Take another look.
Snap gets bobbled right away. Look at this. He sees it the whole way. He knows what he's going to do. What's the one-handed? Now, I don't think I like that as a coach, but you know what? He's playing with a lot of confidence. He knew what he was going to do once he got the ball. It just shows it's great poise, great composure, and look at the blocking up front. They could have ran that ball straight ahead and scored either way.
Bob Schweigert had a shot on him at the outside, but the pressure up front, you never saw. There wasn't any penetration at all. Offensive line did a great job keeping everybody off the ball to allow a bad snap, a bobble to turn into a touchdown.
The important thing for Anderson is they came ready to play. They came out firing right away. They got the ball in the end zone quickly to Truesdale, and they're just playing a lot of confidence. They've got a tremendous plan on both sides of the ball, and they're executing on all cylinders right now. And for Louisville, it's not the case. They got to settle down and find a way to get some points on the board quickly.
Jeff Geisting's crew up by 3 scores. They came in yesterday, took a tour of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, enjoyed their stay here. They played some road games. They've traveled on the road a little bit, so for them it wasn't a big distraction. And they're taking it all in right now with 2:38 left to go. It's always nice when you win or you have a lead and you're playing good football.
Yeah,
that's exactly what they're doing.
They're playing very good football right now. They're going against a Louisville team that's very capable of putting points on the board. And turnovers really been the key in this game so far. 2 interceptions and a fumble by Neil Seaman. He's just got to settle down and start making some plays.
So Howard with the line shot. Picked up by Clay Schweigert. Schweigert, 25-30. Clay Schweigert out across the 35. Dragged down over there at about the 38. Let's send it back down to the sidelines, and Andre Naughton. This is a huge drive for Louisville, Andre.
Absolutely, with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in this half. The Louisville guys have to remember that there's still a whole other half to play. If they can go down and get some points scored right here before the half, they can get the momentum back in their favor, but also get their crowd into the game. Remember, they have a lot of people here, and we haven't heard them all half because of the score.
Thank you, Andre. You saw the whiteout behind him. On the other side, Neil Seaman. 36 total touchdowns on the year, and he's going to try to bring his team back. Gets the pass out to Tyler Atkins. Atkins has a first down. Dragged down at about the 48. Clock will stop momentarily as they move the chain. Good pickup on first down.
Important here for Neil Seaman to be patient. You're going to see a lot of soft coverage by Anderson. He cannot get too aggressive here. Take what they give you. He does that here with Tyler Atkins. And a great catch. Not only that, he gets it upfield and runs over a couple guys to pick up the extra yards.
Kyle Nelson was the recipient of the lowered shoulder. Seaman going to keep it. Right up the middle. Has room. Into Redskin territory. 40. Makes a move on Nelson. Fumble. And the Leopards jump on it at the 40. That's Tyler Jones who came up with the fumble.
Well,
Dangerous is close to another turnover.
It's a design quarterback draw, and he's got a huge seam right at the end of the play. Neil, you got to bounce this one upfield. Do not go outside. Right here, go upfield, north and south. He's going to get saved by Tyler Jones. That could have been disastrous if this ball gets loose.
That's Kevin Chapman coming from the backside to force that ball out.
Very fortunate, but you have to take advantage of that now.
One guy in the area, and it was Tyler Jones, and he's the right guy. 1st and 10 from the Redskins 39. Seaman rolls to his right, goes up top for Matty. Matty makes the catch out of bounds at the 19. Matty over Kyle Nelson. Great pass from Neil Seaman.
Tremendous pass by Neil Seaman. Matty runs kind of an arrow to the flat. It wasn't a pump fake. It was an arrow, and then he rolled up the sideline. It looks like a fade, but it's kind of an arrow and up route. Well thrown, because this is pretty well defended. This is not an easy throw going to your right. This ball is on the money. Look at that. Perfect. Kyle Nelson on the coverage. That ball's thrown into position. only the receiver's going to make the play.
Nice catch for Maddie. 9 for 13, 79 yards for Seaman. Seaman going to run the football. As a block from Poyser gets inside the 15, about the 14.
Plenty of time here. Great block by Poyser, and that's what I like seeing there. He allowed Poyser to make the block, and he followed it up behind him, got north and south.
Take a look at Coach Paul Farah.
Now I think Paul Farah
settle down a little bit.
Yeah, and you want to get points out of this drive, but you don't want to leave any time on the clock for Anderson. Their offensive way they've been playing.
2nd and 5 from the 14. Clock is moving. Minute 13 and counting. Seaman looking, end zone, Maddie, touchdown! And the Leopards are on the board. 14-yard touchdown pass from Neil Seaman to Brandon Maddie, his 10th touchdown catch of the year.
Well, I talked about how important it was for them to be patient. You can see how quickly they move the ball down the field when they're in rhythm. And Brandon Maddie runs a tremendous route here at the post corner, and he sold the post on everybody in the stadium. Nobody near him when he came out of the route. Great throw, great catch, and awesome route.
Boy, to be successful as a left-handed quarterback, you really have to be comfortable on those designed rollouts to the right. He seems to have that master. He really looks comfortable. Extra point now from Maddie, which has always been an interesting thing for Louisville this year, but he gets it up and in. As we take another look at the touchdown pass from number 12, Neil Seaman, his 26th of the year.
He knows where he's going all the way. He looks left. He knows where he's going with this ball. Great throw, but it's just a tremendous route. There's no DBs there. That means the receiver did his job with the route. He faked the post, cut it back outside, and defensive back for Anderson bit on the post.
Just nobody there. Nice job by Seaman to sell it. Brandon Maddie comes down with the touchdown. Minute 7 left to go. As you can see in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. 21-7.
Well, it's good news, bad news. Good news is you scored. Bad news is you left a minute 7 and 2 timeouts for Anderson. And they have been moving the football. You see how aggressive here Coach Geisting wants to get with that amount of time left.
4 plays, 62 yards, minute 24. Brandon Borshauer. Nick Truesdell back to receive the kick.
I think Paul Farah's got to be very relieved right now because 21-7 feels a whole lot better than 21-0 at halftime. And you got your quarterback to settle down, make a touchdown pass, and make the plays. I mean, he really put that drive together, running it and throwing it.
Ryan Kuhn will kick off. Pitch that along the ground. Comes to Truesdale at his 22. To the 30. Truesdale looking for room. Truesdale still on his feet. Found a seam. 35, 40, 45 at midfield. Truesdale picking up his blockers. 40. Oh, one blocker shy as he cut back and dragged down at the 35-yard line.
Aaron Hooper with the touchdown saving tackle, but can you say Randy Moss-like?
43 yards on the return.
There's nothing there. It's well defended. Bounces it to his right. He's going to cut it back to his left. He starts to get a few blocks, and he makes about 5 or 6 white shirts miss here. Look at the missed tackle. Well, he's certainly not injured. He got banged up on that last series, but he nearly took that one to the house. And that's all individual effort.
Aaron Hooper got the shirt, and that's all he needed. Now Daniel Rod will go back to work. 1st and 10 at their 35. Rod steps up, has it deflected at the line. Nearly picked off Marcus Poyser there in coverage.
Well, it's a good thing it was deflected. He had John Ruck on a crossing pattern. Let me tell you, if that ball is completed, it's 6 points. Ruck was gone.
Take another look.
You get the hand on it.
Corey Whaley, maybe.
No, it's Brian Kuhn, I believe.
Brian
68. Saved the touchdown there. That was a touchdown.
Brian Kuhn got the penetration. 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Motion. Bruner in motion. Rod fires a laser, and that's Brunk. Brunk makes the catch at about the 28. Rod stepped back and just threw a shot.
The man's got an arm down there. That's pretty impressive.
It got there in a hurry.
It did. When Runk's showing, too, that at 6'4", 190, he can make some plays as well. Well, yeah, he put some zip on this ball.
Brandon Matty comes up with the tackle. Rod 7 of 12 now, 139 yards.
Third and short, 30 set, third about 2.5 here. Take a shot. Go got a 21-7 lead. I think you take a shot here.
Take a look at the Leopards. Coming in at 12-2 from the NBC. Looking for their first state championship, as we mentioned at the open of the program. They lost in state semis back in '92, their first state final appearance. Somebody's going to go out of here with their first ever state championship on a chilly night in Massillon. 3rd and 2 from the 27. Coach Fry says you go up top.
Truesdale's not in the field, but John Runk split wide left, and he's got man coverage. The opportunity's there for a play fake. You'll get him one-on-one. Let's see if they're aggressive with it.
Runk wide left, Bruner wide right. Rod looking for Runk. Runk makes the catch. Had to get to the 25 to pick up the first down.
They keep it short. They had man coverage. They go to Runk underneath.
He got it. Truesdale still not in there. And Rod will spike it with 29 seconds left to go.
Well, guess what? He's coming back in. He's standing around the sideline.
Flags come flying in. Possibly somebody not set. Discussion still going on.
Well, I'm not sure if it was somebody not getting set or how he threw the ball. He might have thrown it straight down.
Can you spike it from the shotgun?
I don't know why. What's the difference? I'm not familiar with running the pistol offense, but I would think, you can spike it as long as it's a forward pass. Let's see what the discussion is here.
We have intentional grounding on the offense. You cannot spike the ball except from a hand-to-hand snap. The penalty is 5 yards from the spot
I
of the
stand
foul.
corrected. Guess what? That rule's got to get changed to the pistol. I mean, really, it's the same thing. What's the difference?
Right.
It's a contemporary offense. They're doing the same thing. Obviously, the referees have to make the call based on what the rules say.
So set him back. Truesdale's in there now. 2nd and 10. That backs up the 31.
As a coordinator and a quarterback, I beg to differ.
Story in motion. Sets behind Rod. Rod back to pass. Rod moving. Got Runk at the 20. Runk has room. 15-10. And hammered down inside the 10. John Minster there for the Leopards.
Well, he gets hammered, and that, gets the Leopard fans excited, but not before Runk's downfield. They've had Runk on the crossing pattern the last couple times. Good presence of mind by Rod to step up. That's a nice throw on the run. Big hit, but you know what? Big hits when they're 30 yards downfield. That's not real good for your defense.
Runk may be seeing a lot of action when Truesdale gets in.
Yeah, well, Truesdale's back on the field. Don't think they don't know that.
1st and goal from the 9. Jeffrey in motion. Rod back to pass. Rod. Complete. That's Bruner inside the 5. Flag down on the play.
John Minster, number 25 on the coverage. There might have been some contact before the ball got there. Pretty good catch there by Bruner.
And that's exactly what's going to happen. We'll go half the distance to the goal line.
Anderson still has 1 timeout. They're probably going to get, with 14 seconds, you've got 2 plays for sure, maybe 3.
Louisville scored with 1:09 left to go here in the 2nd quarter.
Scored too fast.
We have pass interference on the defense. That penalty is declined. 2nd down.
All right.
Truesdale on the sideline again. I'm sure it's formational why he's on the sideline, but it doesn't matter.
Let's see what Daniel Rod has this time. Fakes it, keeps it. Rod looking for room, still on his feet. And they won't get the timeout called in time.
Well, I don't
Clock
know.
shows 0.
They had to be screaming timeout. I think there was a couple of seconds on the clock. He had about 3 seconds left when his knee hit the ground. He took a lot of time on this play, but great defense by Louisville. I'm very confident they got the timeout called.
Please put 2 seconds on the scoreboard. 2 seconds.
That'll bring on John Howard for the field goal attempt.
Coach Bear is not happy.
Take a look at the replay here. I think you can see he got the timeout in time to see Paul Farrell walking in to talk to his defense.
I don't think he wants to talk to defense. I think he's looking for a referee. There's no doubt. He's going to make his point.
Paul Farrell is not having a good night. It is not a good night for Coach Farrell.
Well, it's frustrating. You know, it's you hate to come this far and have you guys, struggle in the first half like they are. You don't want to see Anderson tack another one on here. But I really think it was a good call. I felt like Daniel Rod got down with about 3 seconds to go. But as a coach, you're going to make your point here. Make sure, you never know, it might come back to help you in the second half.
I'll bring on John Howard to kick. Take a look at 75 in the middle of your screen. Calling for the timeout. Tyler White.
It was close, but good presence of mind for the offensive line there. Called timeout because the quarterback was.
Now Paul Farrell walks back onto the field, calls timeout to freeze the kicker on a, well, it's probably under freezing right now, on a 30-plus degree night.
I don't think he's freezing the kicker. I think he wasn't quite done with his argument. He's coming out for a rebuttal. He's just frustrated.
You got him, use him, right?
That's right. That's right.
Let's send it back down to the sidelines and Andre now. Andre.
Actually, I think Coach is just trying to freeze me out a little bit. I've been impressed by this Anderson offense like many people have been. I think the impressive thing is the amount of seniors they don't have on this team. Last year, this team had 38 seniors. This year, they're playing with just 15 of them. Even their quarterback is a junior, so we'll look out for this Anderson team, not only now, but next season.
Thanks, Andre. Total yards in this first half, a 2-to-1 advantage for Cincinnati Anderson. 301 yards of offense, 149 for Louisville. John Howard will attempt the field goal. A 19-yard field goal. Daniel Rod the hold. And that is right down the middle. Tyler Jones in there to try and block it. Slow to get up, but he's okay. And the Redskins tack on 3 more as both teams head to the locker room. And Cincinnati Anderson in control, taking advantage of many mistakes and turnovers for Coach Paul Farrell's crew. 24-7 at the half. Not a very good half of football at all for Louisville. Let's head back down to the sidelines. Andre Knott standing by with Jeff Geisting.
Coach, how impressed are you with your team to be able to come back and answer that score right here at the end of the half?
You know what? We've done that all year. When other teams have come back on us, our offense has always come back and scored. They've done it all year, and that's what, why we're here. We play great as a team.
How happy are you with your defense in the first half to be able to keep this team to just 7 points?
Very happy. We were kind of disappointed they got that last 7. We felt like we went a little soft at the end, but they're a good team, and I was hoping we'd hold them to 14 at the half, so 7's a plus for us.
Coach, we appreciate the time.
Thank you.
All right, back to you guys.
Thank you, Andre. Halftime here at Paul Brown Stadium. 24-17, Cincinnati Anderson in control. Send it down to Cleveland, where Mark Schwab and the guys standing by. Halftime here in Massillon.
24-7, you see it right there, the halftime score of the Division II title game between the Redskins of Cincinnati Anderson and the Louisville Leopards. Louisville just kind of hanging around in this game, and we'll get to the highlights here in just a minute. Mark Schwab, the coach, John Gibbons, Jim Isabelli is with me here in Studio C back at Sports Time, Ohio, and you know, a lot of talk about this one was going to be the offense, and all the talk of Neil Seaman, the big quarterback for the Louisville Leopards, and Elijah Story was the 2,000-yard tailback for Anderson, and Story has been just a subplot because it has been the 6'7" Nick Truesdale that has just been ridiculous in this game. Let's go to the highlights. Daniel Rod, the quarterback for the Anderson Redskins, finds his big target here, and nothing fancy. Just throw it to the really tall guy and let him go get it and run away from people.
Plus, he's got one-on-one coverage, and he's coming all the way across the field, and the quarterback had plenty of time to lead him. There you go right there. There's no help over the top, and he's going to get the advantage there.
Beats Brandon Matty, who's 6'1", decent height on his own account, but my gosh. Well, here we go. Neil Seaman, the quarterback for Louisville, he coughs it up. It's recovered by Nick Ullier. He had a big first half, and they go right back to the jump ball. Just call this the LeBron James play. They did it at St. V.
Yeah, that's all they used to do when I covered LeBron when he played football, too. And you know what? Look at how big Truesdale is. He's almost as big as LeBron was. He's got that wide body. Look at him. Jump up. And you know what? I actually think he may have interfered on that play to get that ball, too.
That's what they call a smash route. The outside guy stayed in the flat, and the inside receiver one-on-one went to the corner and out-jumped him.
Tyler Ullier there with another interception. So he has 2 turnovers, the fumble and the pick. This one critical as Louisville was driving for a score, and it stays 14-0 Redskins. That hurt.
Anderson was playing a lot of zone defense and trying to keep everything in front of him and making them throw the ball out in the flat.
There he goes again. Another interception. That one, Kyle Nelson. Seaman had a tough start of this one. Here's Rod on the quarterback keeper around the left end, 21-0, and it looked like Anderson was going to run away and hide with this one, but Louisville has other ideas. They get a drive together, and Seaman finds Brandon Matty, who had been beaten a couple times for touchdowns by Truesdale. He finds a little patch of the end zone. Touchdown Leopards. Now, Anderson went down the field and kicked a field goal late, so it's 24-7. Louisville, they're just kind of hanging around here.
That last drive, they showed some patience. Anderson's been playing a lot of zone coverage, and they got the ball in the corner the one time. But now if they're gonna keep playing a lot of zone, they're gonna have to be patient and take what they're giving them and balance it up, and prevent them from making big plays on the other end.
Mm-hmm. And you know, Jim, the big play guy, Elijah Story, we barely talked about.
Hardly to talk about all. In fact, I'll tell you about a guy who we haven't really talked about is Daniel Rod. He was involved in all 3 touchdowns. He's running the offense well, ball handling well. You know, they got a lot of little schemes in Anderson. They give you different looks. They're really a type of team that makes it goofy because you're not sure where they're going to come with, and they've got that lob pass down to Truesdale down to a science. Look, I'll tell you what. I think Louisville has a chance to come back in this game, but I'm going to tell you what. They're going to have to create some turnovers and make Anderson cough up the ball once or twice if they want to get back into it.
Well, they call it the pistol offense, but really what it is the drop-back throwing game from way back when, and it's the Houston veer. And only they're doing it from a shotgun instead of doing it from the line of scrimmage. But it's some old theories that work together, but this is a new look.
Well, Louisville will get the ball to start the second half. That is good news for the Leopards. They need to stop turning it over, 3 of them in the first half. They're still down by 17. We've seen crazier things happen. We are going to step away for a minute. We'll come back here at Studio C, tell you about the games earlier. The Division 5 and the Division 3 championships were settled in Massillon and Canton. That's our halftime score from Paul Brown Tiger Stadium right now. Division 5 championship earlier this morning in Massillon. Second quarter, Lamar McQueen of the Ursuline Fighting Irish looking deep up top finds Drew Peterman. He's going to outrun everybody for the first score of the game, 76 yards to the house. The offensive player of the year in Division 5 was Lamar McQueen, a double threat guy, and he shows his skills through the air right here.
He's a great story coming over after Wilson closed and quarterbacking 2 1-9 teams, and came over here and took him all the way to the championship game and player of the year.
First of many goofy and or big plays. Here's a goofy one, a block punt blocked by their own team. A punt kicked into the back of the head of one of the Fighting Irish, and it's recovered by Dustin Heitkamp for a touchdown. Watch this. Bang!
Yeah, and then the thing is, for them, usually that would go fly out of the end zone. It didn't, and it really put Marion Local back into the game and really started them in a different direction.
Well, and they would continue that trend right here. Right before the half, Chris Stuckey finds Alex Moeller from 22 yards out. Touchdown, Marion Local in command.
Really great read by the quarterback, slant arrow combination, and they got the corner outside and put it in there.
Third quarter was a snoozer. We advanced to the fourth, 14-7. Flyers trying to run out the clock. But Justin Brown has other ideas. Rips the ball out of Luke Holman's hands, tramples a tackler. Goodbye. 54 yards later, he is into the end zone for the game-tying touchdown. At that point, Ursuline had nothing going for them, and they needed that shot in the arm just like Luke Bertkey needed this. Intercepts the screen pass, steps on McQueen, and just walks on into the end zone. 20-14 your final. Marion Local wins the Division V state championship. 5 scores in that game, and really nothing conventional other than the little 22-yard post pattern. Block punts, fumble returns, big plays all over. Division III championship this afternoon in Canton. Big Walnut, the Golden Eagles taking on Licking Valley Panthers. Licking Valley goes to the razzle-dazzle, should have stayed blue collar. The reverse pass picked off, and Joe Reed, 54 yards down the sideline, touchdown, Golden Eagles. They didn't do much right today, but they got it done when it counted.
It was Joe Reed Day, and you'll see why a little later on.
Andrew Dronsfeld here for the field goal. This was after another Panther fumble. The Golden Eagles got really no first downs, 2 of them. That's it on the day, but they converted there, 10-0 going into the half. We go ahead third quarter, and they're looking for more, but they screw up. Fumble through the back of the end zone. Finally, the Panthers get a break of their own. It's a safety. They're down 8, and they start to smash away. Storm Klein, the Buckeye recruit, 20 yards, trampling people to the sideline. Now just keep giving it to Storm. This was the third quarter. Storm Klein running for yardage. He goes 8 yards for the score. It's 10-8. No surprise you go for 2. Little surprise here, they throw.
Oh, not a surprise to me. You got everybody in tight. Throw. It's right there. It's an easy 2-point conversion. Watch, everybody sucked into this thing, and he says, hello, arc it. There it is. 2.
All right, so deadlocked at 10 apiece. Big play of the game right here. Corey Wolf, little 10, 12-yard gain, fumbles. Right to Joe Reed again. It's the Holy Roller, and Reed rolling to the end zone, 17-10. Big Walnut with the lead.
Perfect bounce.
This is the greatest bounce in history since Joe Pisarcik, probably.
Yeah.
How do you explain that to yourself?
By the time the ball was picked up by Reed, everyone else had been going for the ball. Reed had nothing to do to pick it up and run because everyone was behind him. But Licking Valley trying to fight back. First of 2 critical interceptions. Nick Hayden cuts off a passing lane there with inside under the 3-minute mark. And it looked like the Panthers were done there, but they would rally back one more time and one more time. Nick Hayden, another tipped interception. Big Walnut sealed the Division III state championship in exciting fashion. It's the second half of the Div 2 title game. Cincinnati Anderson trying to put away Louisville. We'll see you after the game.
Halftime here, the Division II state championship game. Paul Brown Stadium in Massillon, and the Redskins of Cincinnati Anderson in control, 24-7. Welcome back, everybody, along with Greg Fry. I'm Mike Aarons. Andre Knott patrolling the sidelines for us. And what a first half it's been for Nick Truesdale. Could not stop him, and they paid for it.
No, huge first half for Nick Truesdale. The first 2 touchdowns for Anderson. They go up top early. First, he's going to run the ball, which he's done a nice job at the very first play of the game. And he's going to find him on the post pattern for his first score. He could have put another one in. Great catches, jumping up over the top of the defender here over Matty. Puts it in the end zone. A tremendous first half. 4 catches, 108 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Almost 140 yards of total offense for Nick Truesdale. And the 6'7" senior just giving them problems all night long, and he single-handedly put the Redskins in control after the first half. This was the great return, which set up the final points of the first half, and he nearly took that one to the house. Now, that's the offensive story. On the other sideline, they're dealing with turnovers, and they made Louisville pay for several turnovers in the first half.
Well, 3 turnovers in the first half. Really, to me, that's the difference in the game. Seaman has fumbled the ball one time, but he's thrown 2 picks. You can see the fumble right here. It's going to scoot out, recovered defensively, and just tremendous job. I think did coverage for the defense, the secondary pressuring on Seaman. When you do those things, you're going to create turnovers, and right now Anderson's really controlling this game defensively, I believe.
Isleworth came up with the pick. Nelson with the interception there. Take a look at the total yards of offense. It is 2-1, and again, you look at all the way down. About the only thing Anderson isn't doing right is on the penalty side.
They've hurt themselves with penalties, but 301 total yards, that's a very impressive effort. They've been balanced, which is what they want to do. They're really having a lot of success throwing the ball, but they're running the ball pretty good, too. Story's having a pretty quiet game, but he's been starting to run the ball effectively. But to me, turnovers are the factor in this game. Anderson has cashed in on the mistakes, and right now that's why they lead 24-7.
That is your score at halftime here, 24-7. And we'll be back. Get ready for the second half. It has been all Anderson in the first half. Can the Leopards get back on track? They'll receive the kickoff in this Division II state championship here on STO. Very quiet Leopard Nation as we get set to begin the second half. Cincinnati Anderson on top 24-7. Let's go back down to the sidelines and hook back up with Andre Knott.
You know, guys, when you look at the first half of this game, I think the biggest surprise is what Anderson's defense has been able to do to this Louisville offense. When you look at the numbers of what both of these teams have put up, you thought that Louisville would be a team that would be able to put up some points early on in this game. But I think those first 2 touchdowns by Anderson really stifled what Louisville wanted to do.
Thanks, Andre. You can tell Andre's it's warmer down there. He's shedding the hat. He's ready to go.
It's balmy. It's definitely balmy down there. It's at least up to 27 degrees at this point in time.
You can tell he's a football player. He got going and just shed it right there.
Andre's a player. He can handle it.
He can handle that. Let's take a look at the 2 head coaches as we get set for the second half kickoff. There has been the guy that's done all the damage. Nick Truesdell has had a phenomenal first half. And Anderson on top 24-7. The Leopards, remember, won the toss to start the game, deferred to the second half. So they will start with the kickoff. Seems like a good decision to get the ball right back. You don't want to put it back in the hands of Daniel Rod and company.
No, you don't, and you have to get points. It doesn't have to be on this drive, but at some point in the third quarter, you've got to get the momentum swinging back in your favor if you're the Leopards and try to cut this gap. If you can get it to the fourth quarter down 7 or 10 points, I think they would be very, very happy at this point.
Well, we'll get set the kick from John Howard to get this second half underway.
Important at halftime for Coach Fair to get composure to his team and to the staff. They were a little upset with the officials late in the half, but the reality is they turned the ball over 3 times in the first half. That's why they're trailing 24-7. I'm sure they faced other adversities this year. They've got to bounce back from that. They've got to get refocused and do what they do.
Both of these teams can score points. The Leopards certainly have the offense to get themselves back into this football game. As Howard gets his foot into it, Bob Schweigert feels it, drops it, sticks it back up to 10. Looking for blockers, cuts back 15-20, finds the seam, out across the 30, still on his feet. And dragged down at the 32-yard line. So nice return by Schweigert. And that's where Louisville will take over to start the second half.
There's good coverage down there, but sometimes that's what happens on a punt return or a kick return. When the returner drops the ball, the coverage kind of loses their focus, and he's able to stick it back up in there. And he finds a little bit of a crease and hits it. Boy, he almost takes this one. Jay Dawson on the tackle really saved a monster return.
So a first and 10 from the 33. Neil Seaman will drop back and pass to start the second half. And that one is nearly picked off, tipped.
Kevin Chapman, that ball was in a pretty good spot for Kevin Chapman. He catches that ball, he's got a chance to go all the way in the opposite direction. Neil Seaman just, you know, he looks comfortable. He looks like he's throwing where he wants to. He never sees Chapman. In a bad spot. And he knows it. He knows. I could have had a touchdown on TV. Oh, man.
Intended for Brandon Matty, second and 10. They Schweigert in the backfield. He'll get the handoff right up the middle. Schweigert short of the 40-yard line before he slammed down there. Bring up third down.
3 on map again. Laying lumber for his free safety position. Positive yards by Clay Schweigert, but look at the hit. Hello. Chapman there as well. I love this. Watch this. Thank you.
A little high-low there. 3rd and 5 from the 38. Demon trying to get something going for this Leopard offense. Get him back into this football game, trailing 24-7. Drop straight back. Still looking. And Tyler Atkins, the intended receiver, has it for a first down out across the 45.
Great presence of mind by Neil Seaman. He buys a little bit of time. Little Steve Young look there, rolls to his left, throws across his body. But I like Tyler Atkins. You got to get the ball to him more. Feels the pressure, works to his left. Good composure. Doesn't get his shoulder squared up, but he's good. He does a nice job of throwing. Off balance.
1st and 10 now at the 46. Schweigert shooting at Poiser. Poiser out across the 50 into Redskin territory. They're bound about the 48-yard line. Marcus Poiser. Seaman over 100 yards passing with that last toss to Atkins. 11 of 16 on the night. That's pretty good. But a couple of turnovers.
It's the turnovers that are killing him. He's been fairly accurate on the night, but 3 turnovers, that'll come back to haunt you in any game, let alone the state championship.
Poiser picked up 6. 2nd and 4 from the Anderson 48. Again, that was deflected to the line of scrimmage. That was Chapman again. Got his hand up. He has been a force here in the early going of the 3rd quarter.
He has been a force on this drive. He's getting his hands on the ball quite a bit. One of these times he's going to get one. He comes into the game with 57 tackles, 2 tackles for loss. Quite active, 6'2", 220 senior.
Another big 3rd down. Paul Farah signaling in the play for Neil Seaman on a 3rd and 4.
Excuse me, Mike Seaman had Tyler Jones open on that play.
Atkins wide right. Jones wide left. Pressure. Escape. Seaman still on his feet. Gets it over the sideline. Makes the catch. That is Schweigert on the catch. Bob Schweigert comes up with the catch. And a big first down. That's back-to-back first down.
Huge play by 3 guys. First of all, Marcus Poiser's going to do a good job saving his quarterback's life right there. He steps up in the pocket, good composure. But Schweigert comes back to the ball. He was downfield, adjusted his route, came back. That's exactly how you coach it up. 3 guys stepping up there making plays, and good protection up front by the front 5.
So they pick up a 3rd and 5, then a 3rd and 4. So 1st and 10, the Anderson 42. Jones in motion. And that's going to be brought back. That is going to go against Louisville. Boy, if they could get down and get something out of this, Greg, just to get something positive going. First possession in the 2nd half.
Prior to the snap, we have a false start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
I agree, Mike. They've been trailing this game the whole time, but you have to be patient. You got to try to stay in the game. There's a little bit of flinching going on again. Corey Street. But you score here, you get down 10 points. You got a lot of time left. Their offense can score points. They've just turned it over. They've stopped themselves.
1st and 15. Back them up 5. Minster in motion. And Seaman going to tap it down and saw something he liked for a moment, but boy, did that hole close fast. Eli Ingram on the tackle, number 41. That was a design play, but there was nothing there.
It was a design play, but a good job coming off the blocks by the defensive lineman. High snap. He's trying to follow Poiser. Poiser goes to the right. He goes left. I'm not sure if the high snap through the playoff or not.
2nd and 12 from the 44. This will be the 8th play of this drive coming up. Louisville got the kick. It's a look at Coach Farah. 2nd and 12. Stevens, straight drop back. Now feels pressure. Stevens going to take off. Bounced out of bounds.
at about the 37-yard line. That'll bring up third down. With the offensive line and whoever the single back is, this set, tough night for them because Anderson's jumping around a lot in that 3-3 stack look. You don't know which guys are going to come, but they're doing a good job picking it up. And guess who's in the backfield right there? Truesdale on the pressure. But good composure by Seaman to get outside. He picks up about 6 yards. Good pickup there. It's a third and manageable now. Third by 5.5.
Guess who knocked him out of bounds? Kevin Chapman. 9:16 left to go. 3rd and 5 from the 37. 3 of 6 on third down. They are tonight. Including back-to-back. That's Matty. That's another first down catch. As he gets inside the 30, down about the 25-yard line. 3 consecutive third down conversions, and the Leopards have something going here.
Well, I like that in a situation like this. Neil Seaman, he makes plays when he has to. Just run his slant. Ball's thrown on time. Good catch. Matty tries to... He does a good job getting north and south. He was going to try to keep going laterally. Good, get upfield, get down, take your yards, get back in the huddle.
Let's send it down to Andre Knott, who has more on these Louisville receivers.
Yeah, when you look at these receivers from Louisville, Brandon Matty and Tyler Jones on the season combined for 93 receptions and over 1,300 yards and 15 TD catches. If Louisville's going to get back in it, they're going to need those two guys to step it up.
Seaman up top to Matty, and Matty had it go through his hands. Coverage by Kyle Nelson on the play, but he had the single coverage he wanted. Put it up. Matty had a chance.
Same route we saw earlier, post corner route. Very good throw. That ball's catchable. I think you got to make that catch. I don't believe Kyle Nelson got a hand on this one. He's looking left. He knows where he's going with his ball. He's just looking off at this point in time, throwing the post corner. That ball's where it needs to be. Tough catch, but you got to make that one. When your team's trailing, you got to make that catch.
Got up there. Yep. How about the protection? They keep getting that protection. They'll get back in it. 2nd and 10. Slam down. That was just collapse. That offensive line, they just collapsed on top of Neil Seaman.
Well, you talked about the protection. It was pretty good, but that time number 93, Joe Waller, gets the penetration. And I don't know if he really laid a hand on Neil Seaman, but he got close enough that I think you can see that. Look at the penetration up front right there. Bob Kuhlenberg
just got hammered back in. That's a lot of guys coming back.
He got tackled. Anthony DePietro got both paws on Kuhlenberg, pulled him down.
Looking for their 4th consecutive conversion on third down. This will be a tough one. 3rd and 18 from the Redskins 33. Looking, tipped, and nearly picked off. He wanted Tyler Jones. You got to imagine this is 4 down territory.
Well, he didn't have that. He's trying to force that one in. I think if he had continued to run the football, he would not have picked up the first down, but would have got positive yards. But, you know, it's easy to say from up here. Not sure what he saw, but, yeah, he's forcing that one in. That was well defended. Very fortunate that ball was not intercepted. A lot of red shirts or black shirts right there. And guess who? Chapman again.
Chapman tipped it. Tincher nearly picked it off. And they're going to let Brandon Matty kick it away.
That's the right decision. You got to give half field position. You need to keep it.
Matty looking for the corner. Good kick. Swigert back there on coverage. And he'll let it roll to about the 6 and touch it down there. So 7:50 left to go in this 3rd quarter. So the first possession for the Leopards ends up being a turnover on down. So Anderson now, their first possession coming up here in the second half with a 24-7 lead in this D2 state final. Well, you want to watch this game again? Look for this game and other high school football playoff and state championship games only on Time Warner Cable, local on demand. You can pause, fast forward, rewind, and even do instant replays. Local on demand is free with Time Warner digital cable. Welcome back to Massillon 24/7. Mike Cairns along with Greg Fry, Andre Nett, Pat Murray, our director, Jim Murphy, our producer, for tonight's Division II state championship game. Redskins with 7:45 to go will get the football for the first time here in the second half. And we should take a look at Daniel Rod, who had a very good first half. And he'll start the second half by handing it off to Elijah Story. Story is bottled up.
No, safety. Of course, they're going to yell for it, but he was tackled at about the 2-yard line, I believe. There's going to be a lot of booing. It's like, you know, tackled at the 2. The momentum's going to take him back in the end zone. He's just trying to get out of there, but that's just great penetration by Clay Swigert.
Swigert backs him up, loss of 3. Bringing up a 2nd and 13 now. At their 3. Motion. And it's going to be Story again. Story going nowhere. The Leopards defense led by Matt Shuley.
Ryan Kuhn had the early penetration. Shuley's the one that's going to blow it up, but they're going nowhere. Defensively here, Louisville really has to step up and make a play. You can see Kuhn probably getting held, but Shuley's the one that makes the play. Swigert there as well. Got back to the line of scrimmage.
It'll be 3rd and 13 now. Daniel Rod with the empty backfield. Drops back deeper. Pooch it. That's exactly what he's going to do. All the way back. Jeffrey and Bruner. And that'll be touched up by Nick Sherman. Good field position for the Leopards.
But I love the call by Coach Geising. I think it's a very smart call at this point in time. If you punt on 4th down, you're going to have more pressure. In that case, you put your quarterback punting. You know you don't have field position to begin with, but you take away the risk of punting on 4th down and getting it blocked.
Well, they're at the 36-yard line. You take a look at Neil Siemens' numbers. 2 interceptions. Didn't come back to hurt him. Right now he's got a 1st and 10 from the 36. And he's going to keep the football. Fumble! Fight for the football, still loose.
I saw a white shirt in there initially. Clay Swigert, I think he's got it.
He does. Clay Swigert jumped on the football. Take another look.
Well,
Heads-up play.
All throughout the playoff, Louisville's been very sound, not turning the ball over, very few turnovers. But tonight, Neil Siemens not hanging on the football. You have to protect the football. He's already turned it over 3 times. It's knocked out again. Nick Buchanan, 96 for when it's scripted.
Well, fumble on the season for Siemens. Clay Swigert, Johnny on the spot. Tyler Jones. Good defense over there by the Redskins. That was Michael Tincher on the coverage for Cincinnati Anderson.
Well done by Michael Tincher. He sent the bubble route. He came up hard and made the play. That's what you've got to do as a corner. If you're soft right there, you're going to get hurt.
3rd and 9. 4:50 and counting. Take a look at Coach Geising there. 17-point lead. Defense looking to make a big stop on 3rd and 9. Siemens. Back to pass. Looking. Lost it up top for Swigert. Swigert's got it. 1st down. Knocked out at the 18. Bob Swigert comes up with the catch for the Leopards.
Great improvisation by Neil Siemens and especially Bob Swigert. Again, really a scramble drill here. Siemens going to roll to his left. He's going to get flushed out. Good penetration. Feels the pressure. Goes to his left. Swigert senses that. Gets downfield. He's going to take a shot by Tincher, but well done. That's how you execute a scramble drill. Under pressure.
1st and 10 now from the Anderson 18. Siemens 15 to 23, 134 yards. Back, looking right. Tucks it down, takes off with it. Gets some positive yardage as he gets inside the 15, down to about the 13. Brings up 2nd down.
And that's what he needs to do. Nothing there, really good coverage. When that happens, he's got to step up and run the football. He's very capable of that. You're seeing a lot of good coverage tonight. You got to take what the defense gives you. In this case, there's nothing there. You got to run. And he picks up 6. It's hard to tell a young man to be patient when you trail by 17 points in a state championship game, but he really needs to be there.
Nick Buchanan on the tackle.
for Anderson. 2nd and 5 from the 13.
Poyser in the backfield. He follows the block of Poyser, 10, and got the first down, short of the 5, about the 6-yard line. First down pickup from Seaman.
Design draw play. It's very difficult to defend. The Anderson ends get upfield. He steps up. Going to show pass. Watch 34. He's going to follow 34. Good block. Gets outside. Going to take on a defensive back, and Tincher. Got to teach these young quarterbacks. Get out of bounds, guys. Come on. Don't be a hero. You don't need to run anybody over. You already got your yardage.
First and goal from the 5. Poyser in the backfield. Swings out. Pitch to Poyser. Poyser at the 5. Inside.
I think the white shirt's on it.
I think the Leopards got back on it as they unpile at about the 4. And how about the play there? Matt Shuley, number 53, comes up with a fumble.
Well, that's twice they're in this drive. They're going to come up with a big fumble recovery. If they come back to win this football game, you got to look back at this drive and say those 2 fumble recoveries were huge.
That's helmet to football. Kuhlenberg was the one who put the helmet on the ball that came out. The 2nd and goal from the 4. This is Seaman. Back to pass. Has a man. Touchdown, Leopards. That's Brandon Matty. His 2nd touchdown catch of the night.
Throwing the football is the right decision there. Anderson's got 8 guys in the box. They throw the slant. Well defended by Brandon Matty, though. Comes up with a big catch. Talk about a receiver using his hands in traffic and coming down with it. Great throw, great catch.
Matty will add the extra point. Try and make it a 10-point game here with 2:58 left to go. Hold is good. Kick a low liner, and that's going to get underneath the crossbar. That is no good. 7 plays, 36 yards in 3 minutes and 7 seconds. And Brandon Matty found his way into the end zone, but couldn't help him out with the extra point.
Well, that's a great catch. I mean, that's tremendous coverage by Kyle Nelson. He is draped all over Matty, and he makes the catch. That's just big time.
Take a look at the extra point. Watch the middle.
I didn't think it was blocked. I just think it was a low liner.
Well, Paul Farah, one of the things he told us about before the game, it's been disastrous for the special teams this year.
Well, Matty was kicking it, you know, and you never know. If he took a shot, you know, he made a great catch on the touchdown. You wonder if there was some effects on that affected the kick.
24-13. Just take a look. Big crowd here in Massillon tonight. Both teams well represented despite the cold temps, but you expect that at state tournament time anyway, so everybody more than prepared to be bundled up and ride it out for the night. It's always a little bit warmer when your team's winning, though.
It's a lot warmer on the Anderson sideline, but I'll tell you what, Louisville is back in this football game, and I think Coach Farah, it's not easy for them tonight. They've made mistakes, but they're in the game, and that's the important thing. And if you're Coach Geisting, you know, at some point you got to put them away. You got a couple touchdown lead here. If you put another score on the board, you're going to make it really tough on Louisville to come back.
So Brandon Bornhauser, Nick Truesdell back to receive this kick from Brian Kuhn. Kuhn low liner.
Let it go.
Bornhauser let it go by him and trickles out of bounds.
Barely.
Come down.
Barely did.
If he could get down on all fours and blow on it, he would have. So good field position, obviously, after the kick out of bounds. 2:58 left to go here, third quarter. So Louisville on the board. Backed up Anderson, played the field position game. Defense held, got the ball back.
We have illegal procedure, kick out of bounds. Anderson will take the ball on the 35, 1st and 10.
All right, let's send it back down to the sidelines, and Andre Nada's got more on that blocked extra point.
Yeah, you look at that blocked extra point and the problems that Louisville has had the last couple of weeks with extra points. Well, basically, they lost their kicker in week 6. He's at home right now with a rod in his leg, so that's why you have Maddie kicking the extra points and field goals for Louisville. Don't be surprised if they score again, if they just go for 2 the rest of the night.
Yeah, Paul Ferris said, let's hope it doesn't come down to a field goal in this one. Rod fakes the Story and then pitches it to Bruner, but that one goes nowhere. He'll lose a yard on the play. Almost a triple option when you look at it. Maybe not by design necessarily, but Bruner was out there trailing the quarterback. Take another look.
It kind of looks like what University of Florida does out of the pistol, with the pistol twist to it, and dangerous pitch right here. He gets it to Bruner, but very, very dangerous. You can't afford to take a chance like that right now with the lead.
Look at the knee.
That's one to give your offensive coaches a heart attack.
They'll take the yard loss. 2nd and 11 on the 34. After defense has been tough here in the second half. Jeffrey in motion. This is Story. Story shedding a tackle, twisting, trying to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. But Louisville's defense is starting to come alive.
Well, you can tell they made some adjustments at halftime. They're playing with some intensity in the second half. Clay Schweigert gets through the block, makes the play, doesn't make the tackle, but he pretty much blew that play up. He went through the block to make the beginning of the tackle.
This Louisville defense was a team that put the clamps on one of the best running backs in the state last week in the second half, which allowed him to run away and put Mayfield away, which is why they're here playing for a state title tonight.
And they've ignited their fans on the opposite side. Getting loud here.
Daniel Rod fakes it under pressure. Rod looking for Truesdale. Gets up and makes the catch. No, did he? Made the catch between 2 guys. Bob Schweigert just gets up and throws his hands up and says, what more can we do? John Minster as well. The 6'7" Truesdale just went up and got it.
That's just 6. There should be a penalty for that. That's not legal. Watch the hit. Marcus Poyser's going to nail Daniel Rod. And he's trying to just throw it high. Double covered. How do you stop that? How do you stop that? There should be a 20-yard penalty. It's illegal in high school football to be able to make a catch like that. Wow.
They had his shirt off, his helmet in his hand. They had everything necessary. And still they couldn't stop the 21-yard gain. Daniel Rod, play action. Looking up top, has a man. And this one short. I think the wind had something to do with that one as they got knocked down in a hurry.
Well, Andre made a good point earlier. It's swirling down there. Earlier in the day, that ball would go, it'd be downwind. That ball would have been there, but it came up way short.
John Runk, the intended receiver. Truesdale now 5 catches, 129 yards on the night.
Too much backspin there. You got to hit the knockdown right there. You can't go with the high wedge. You got to hit the 3/4 wedge and drill it in there nice and low.
Don't think I didn't hear the golf references. I heard one this morning too. Don't think I didn't hear that. 2nd and 10 from the 44. That's Runk in motion. And that's Story with the football. Story bottle up after a gain of a couple. Now bring up 3rd down.
When he's been quiet tonight, and he's been quiet because Anderson's been so effective throwing the football. It's been Nick Truesdale and John Runk, a little bit of Jason Bruner, but if they need Elijah Story to run the ball, he will certainly do so. Marcus Poyser again coming up from his middle linebacker position on the tackle.
A good job of forcing it back inside. 3rd and 8 from the 42 of the Leopards. A big 3rd down for both sides here. Leopards would love to get the football back. They're not going to get this play off. That last one was the final play of the 3rd quarter. We've got 3 quarters in the book here in this Division II state championship game. The Redskins with the football, and they have a 3rd and 8 facing them when we come back and a 24-13 lead. If you want real-time high school sports scores, stats, blogs, and even online streaming video, check out OhioHSSports.com, the exclusive online partner of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Paul Brown Stadium here in Massillon.
Cincinnati Anderson 1 quarter away from their first ever state championship with a 24-13 lead and a 3rd and 8 on the 42.
Critical 3rd and 8 to start the 4th quarter. The urgency level is and the intensity level is picked up for Louisville defensively. They know their backs to the wall. They got to get a stop. And Daniel Rod continuing with mastery.
Swings it out. This is Truesdale looking for room, spinning away from tackle, still on his feet. But a great job by the Leopards to defense that right there, but Truesdale made him work for it.
Well, he makes guys miss. He's, again, for being 6'7", 210, very, very shifty and quick. Good thing is he gets turned inside, and guess who's there? Again, Clay Swigert's the one that turns it back inside. Gets the initial miss, but that's where you get help coming from the inside. Dan Westlake just holds on, goes for a ride, but he gets it down. And stop Louisville.
Bob Swigert, John Minster back for Louisville. Waiting the punt, Boston Rexroth. High kick in the direction of Minster, gonna let it bounce. Goes off Aylward. Aylward knocks it down, and that's where they'll start. Let's head back down to the sidelines and Andre Knott.
Hey, when you look at this Louisville team, they may not be down by 10 points, but the 4th quarter, they have been successful all season. They've outscored their opponent by 40 points in the 4th quarter, so this game is not over in any sense of the word.
Thank you, Andre. Hat is back on, so it's getting chilly down there.
I'm losing respect for Andre. You know, if he had the hat off in the 4th quarter, I would have been impressed.
11:07 left to go. And yeah, as Andre mentioned, the Leopards can score. There's no question about that. We knew that coming in.
Well, he made a good point, though. They're a team. I mean, both these teams have played a lot of close games, and Louisville's been there before. They've been patient. They cut the deficit in the 3rd quarter. You get one more, and you're within striking distance.
You'll see him now. Back to pass. Tyler Jones makes the catch. Goes out of bounds, about the 16. Positive pickup on 1st down.
Neil Siemens impressed me tonight throwing the football. Again, the turnover is really the difference here, but it's those every other play that he makes a bad play, but right there, a good throw to Tyler Jones. But Neil Siemens got to have a tight 4th quarter. But I mean, he's got to make accurate throws. He cannot turn the ball over. If he does those things, this offense will move the ball in scoring position.
We'll pick up a 6. 2nd and 4 and 17. Seal this time. Seaman going to swing it out. And Schweigert picks up the 1st down. Bob Schweigert comes up, gets the 1st down, or he's brought down at the 25-yard line.
Just throwing a little bubble route right there. Good job blocking by the other receivers. And Bob Schweigert knows what to do with it. Look at the receivers out front there. Brandon Matty and Tyler Atkins blocking downfield. Nice pickup. Patient offensively. You have to be patient here. You got a lot of time. You got to get that first score, though.
Breon Mapp in on the tackle for the Redskins. Seaman. Pitch. Schweigert. Clay Schweigert looking for room, and there is nothing doing there. Kevin Chapman on the coverage for the Redskins. Chapman has been all over the place tonight for Cincinnati Anderson.
Well, Nick Aylward again comes in and makes up. He forces that play back inside. He's had a great first half. He had an interception and a fumble recovery. Watch 18 come up right here and force this back inside. Your help's on the way. There it is. Here comes your help. You got a linebacker there. Chapman finishes it, but that play is made by 18.
Loss of 2 yards on the play brings up 2nd down.
Loss of 2. 2nd and 12.
Ball is on the 23.
Back to their 23. Coming up on the 10-minute mark here in the 4th quarter. Seaman rolling to his right. Seaman looking downfield, going to tuck it, keep it, slammed out of bounds at the 30.
Kyle Nelson's going to put a lick on him. Neil, my man, get out of bounds. You got your positive yards, but nothing doing on the route. They ran a flood route to the wide side. He had 2 receivers within about 2 yards of each other. You got to have those receivers spread out. He's trying to find a guy. There's nobody there. He's got to run this ball. It's the right decision. Get out of bounds.
3rd and 4 now from the 31. Seaman, straight drop back, pressure up the middle. Seaman looking downfield and looking for Tyler Atkins. Knocked down.
Bruner.
By Jason Bruner.
Boy, great athletic play by Bruner, knocking that pass down. Atkins had a shot at that ball. That would have been a huge pickup. I ran into Bruner's parents this morning at the hotel. Bill and Karen, very nice people. Traveled up here to watch their son play and came to see plays like that. Very impressive. Big play for defensively for the Redskins.
Bruner closed fast.
He did. Boy, look at the effort.
Looked like he had Tyler Atkins.
I thought Atkins was going to make the catch.
That one replay, it looked like they had him. Matty, kick is away. Fielded at the 35, 40. Across the 40, about the 43. Flag on the play. Dan Westlake in on the stop for the Leopards. Luis Perez on the return for the Redskins.
During the return, we have holding on the returning team, 10-yard penalty from the end of the run, first down.
That'll back them up a little bit. They'll have to find a way to deal with Nick Truesdale, who's done just about everything he can tonight to take advantage of that 6'7" frame.
Well, he's making some spectacular catches. This last one was just sick is the only word I can think of, because that's pretty well defended. Bob Swigert even had a hand in there at the end to try to strip it away, and Truesdale came down with it.
Big chatter down on the sidelines. Where's that kid going to college? Tremendous basketball player as well. Motion straight ahead. That's Jeffrey. Excuse me, Story over the left side.
For Coach Geisting now, you want a heavy dose of Elijah Story running the football, chew up some clock. If you can get a couple first downs, you're going to make it really difficult on Louisville. They're starting to run out of time.
Coming up on 8.5 minutes left here in the fourth quarter.
Coach Farrer and his staff just had a frustrating night. They've just been behind all from the get-go. Anderson came out right away and jumped up 14-0, and they just trailed all night long, just not been able to get into a rhythm on either side of the ball.
Daniel Rod under center now. Rod hands to Story. Story tripped up. Out across the 35, up to 36. Clock is moving.
J.D. Whaley came up from the linebacker position to trip him up. Gets a little penetration in the backfield. Gets a hand on him, not much, but enough to trip him up.
Truesdale coming back in for the Redskins. 19 carries, 85 yards for Elijah Story. 3rd and 6 right here. It's a big stop for Louisville. On the Redskin 36. Daniel Rod rolling right. Rod has a man. And that's a first down catch from John Runk. Runk has been the possession receiver. Truesdale has been the spectacular receiver. But the possession receiver gets him another first down.
Well, guess what? This is a great throw by Daniel Rod on the run. Just going to come back on the run to the wide side of the field in the fourth quarter of the D2 state championship game. That ball is on the money. 3rd down. That's when you need your quarterback to step up. That ball is perfectly thrown.
John Runk comes up with the first down catch. And a 45.
And a great route by Runk. Really pushing the defensive back downfield and snapping it off, making it easy on the quarterback. Well, he might have taken too much time. Or they call timeout.
0 on the play clock. Timeout called. They did get the timeout call. 7:02 left to go, fourth quarter. Cincinnati Anderson on top of this Division II state championship game from Massillon, 24-13. Monday night, 10 o'clock, join Matt Underwood, Brian Anderson for a special winter meeting edition of the Tribe Report. Get the latest baseball news and rumors as the Indians reload defense to their Central Division title. Don't miss the Tribe Report from baseball's winter meeting starting Monday night, 10 o'clock, right here on STO. 7:02 left to go. This Division II state championship game. Mike Aarons along with Greg Fry and Andre Knott bringing you all the action. Paul Brown Stadium. And our third and final game of the evening will bring you another triple header beginning tomorrow morning, live at 11 a.m. This is Elijah Story. Story looking for room. Out across the 45, picked up a couple.
Got to give some love to the offensive line for Anderson. They've done a tremendous job all night. They've got over 300 yards of production already early in the fourth quarter. Tyler White, 64, Kyle Hedrick, Nick Sherman, an all-stater at center, Brian Sally, and Andrew Norwell. Those guys are doing a great job. They don't get mentioned enough, but when you're in a position like this, you scored that many points, 24 in the first half, those guys are getting it done.
John Runkle go wide left. Truesdale's in the slot to the right. Now he's in motion behind Daniel Rod. Rod keeps it. Still on his feet. Rod gets the push from an offensive lineman. Nick Sherman pushes him across the 50 and into Leopard territory. Back down to the sidelines. Andre Knott with more on that size advantage that Anderson's enjoying.
Absolutely. We usually talk about size advantages when we talk about the size of the offensive line. When you look at this Anderson team, they're one of the biggest enrollment Division II schools that you'll see out here in the state of Ohio. They've used that to their advantage throughout the season and wearing teams down. When you look across the field of Louisville, they're playing a lot of guys the two ways with 5 minutes and 45 seconds. That may play into this contest.
Great point, Andre. 5:45 and counting. Rod looking and looking for Truesdale, but no, that caught the ground. Incomplete.
It was one hop for sure. Pretty good throw by Daniel Rod. He threw it low where Truesdale could get it. He got it, but the ball hit the ground. And watch number 70, Brian Sally, doing a good job pulling out front. Good coverage there, too. Bob Swigert in position. It was close, but it did hit the ground.
Yes, it did.
He just, it's still a great catch. I mean, he almost pulled it off.
They'll bring on the punting unit. Austin Rexroth. Hops to Rexroth. Nice job fielding it and getting it off. Boomer killed it. That'll be a touchback. What a play by Rexroth. Cannon shot after the one-hop catch.
He's done that twice tonight on the short hop. Great composure to pick that thing up and just kill it.
Neil Seaman's got to make something happen now. 5:27 left to go. Down 24-13.
Well, I've definitely seen bigger deficits be overcome with 5.5 minutes to go, but they are running out of opportunities. You got to get that first score. Put yourself in position with an onside kick or one more opportunity. You got to get the first one.
Quick drop. Tyler Jones makes the catch. Jones stopped at the 30. Just short of the 30.
They are ready to do a pretty good job of lining up, getting plays called, but they're going to have to accelerate a little bit here. And receivers, when you get a chance, you get out of bounds. If you get a first down, that's great. The clock is going to stop on moving chains anyway.
Nice catch by Tyler Jones. Picked up the first down. First attempt from the 30. Seaman going to keep it. And he's going to be tripped up. Brian Thatcher in on the tackle. Tripped up Seaman.
Well, Brian Thatcher came off a block there. He was getting blocked. He came off the block and made the tackle. Big time play. You see a lot of subbing going on. They're playing a lot of bodies. This is Anderson. Andre made a good point there. Fresh.
Seaman back. Has Swigert. Swigert has another first down. Out across the 40 to the 41. No huddle. They'll move this thing quick.
Great catch by Swigert. Really kind of an option route. He turns outside. The ball is well thrown. Great catch with his hands by Swigert. Well done.
This is a typical offense for the Leopards.
You can see how explosive they are. They've shot themselves in the foot a number of times tonight.
Looking for Swigert again. Threw it behind him. and Breon Mapp was there to get a hand on it.
Good thing Mapp got a hand on it. Tyler Atkins was open as well as Swigert. I'm not sure who he threw that ball to, but he had them both open. He threw it kind of in between both of them. But the important thing now is clock stops. You know, that play's gone. You got to move on to the next play. Situation like this, defenses are going to play a little bit conservative. You're going to have underneath guys open. You have to take those right now. You have time.
Coach Farrell, they're trying to score and score quickly. 4:33 left to go. Seaman feeling the pressure, forced out of the pocket, and nowhere to go.
Well, he stepped up and he lost his bounce. Somebody got a finger on him, so to at least push him down and kill his momentum. He does the right job stepping up. I think he just trips over one of his own guys.
3rd and 9 from the 42. Coming up on the 4-minute mark left in this one. Seaman steps up, has a man. Brandon Matty makes the catch at the 45. Another first down.
Matty had the ball. He got hit. The ball came out. Tyler Jones caught it before it hit the ground. It's a complete pass. And what an effort by Neil Seaman to step up and make that throw. Swigert got nailed it and he held on to the football. The ball came loose and Tyler Jones came up with it. This is just a great effort all around. Watch this hit right here. Tincher, look at this, and watch 7. Ball hits his back, 7. Jones comes up with it.
Nice play. Seaman, sideline for Matty, got him.
And a 15 coming with it.
Matty inside the 40, knocked out of bounds. And they'll got some more to tack on the end of that one.
Kyle Nelson just doing what he's coached to do, make the tackle on the as the receiver catches the ball, but he's a little bit on the white stuff. It's going to be another 15.
After the play was over, we have a personal foul, late hit against the defense, 15 yards, first down.
Take another look at the replay here, give you an idea. Watch the tail end.
No, I think it's a good call. I mean, he's a step out of bounds, and it's hard. You know, Kyle Nelson's breaking on the ball like he's supposed to. It's the right call, but you know what? Hey, he's playing football.
9 penalties for Anderson now. 1st and 10 from the 24. Seaman, rolling left. Seaman, broken up on the play and nearly picked off by Kevin Kripe.
Great coverage by Kripe. He jumped that route the whole way. He sniffed the out route, undercut it, really had a chance to make this play. Bob Swigert turns into DB here and takes it out. That's a great job of the receiver. Great job by both guys. Boy, if you're watching that for Louisville, you got an out and up. It's there. I mean, if they jump the out route, you've got to have the out and up at some point. Take a shot.
2nd and 10 from the 24. 3:38 left in this football game. Seaman, pump fake, looking up top as a man had Matty. Matty got tangled up down there. Kyle Nelson on the coverage for the Redskins.
I like the call. Kyle Nelson's going to break it up. They're trying to throw the post. What they do is they fake the bubble to the left side and try to come back to the backside X running the post. Pretty good, pretty well defended. Had a chance to throw this one in there. He fakes the swing route, the bubble, throws the post, almost. Great effort again, Kyle Nelson.
3rd and 10 from the 24.
2-down territory here. You got 2 plays. Don't have to get it right here.
Seaman. Great drive. Looking. And protection downfield. Seaman still on his feet. Just going to throw it out of bounds over the head of Tyler Jones. Good coverage by the Redskins downfield.
Well, good coverage, good pressure. Nick Alward is in the backfield pressuring Seaman, forcing him to throw it against his body, and there was nobody open. That's where Seaman, he's got to step up in the pocket. When he runs to his left like that and run a lateral, that's difficult to make a throw when he gets some grain. If he steps up in the pocket, that seam's going to open up for him and have a chance to run or throw it. But now it's do or die time.
4th and 10, this is what it comes down to right here. Number 24, 3:25 left to go. have all their timeouts. They need something here. Over the top, Maddie's got it, 10 to the 5. They pick up the first down. Big throw on 4th and 10 from Neil Seaman.
Big time. Maddie was double covered to the top of the field, just running a squaring route. Seaman very patient in the pocket. He gets his feet set, finds Maddie coming across. Great throw, great catch. In position.
Kyle Nelson in coverage. Clock moving.
Paul Farrah better be thinking about a 2-point play about this point in time.
Takes to Schweiger. Goes up wide open, Maddie! And he couldn't haul it in.
Boy, that's a shame. I mean, that was a shame. That was a great route by Maddie. He basically runs a quick slant, takes it right back outside, faked out the defensive back. I think that was Nelson over there. I mean, you can't defend this. This is a great route. And it's just throws a little bit high. Got both hands on it. Would have been an awesome catch. Boy, look at him laying out for that. That's just great effort. And it was a tremendous route.
13th play of this drive coming up. 3:04 left to go. 2nd and goal from the 6. Play Schweiger to the left of Neil Seaman. Seaman, straight drop. Seaman going corner route.
There it comes.
And a flag comes in. Tyler Atkins, the intended receiver in the corner, covered by Nick Alward.
There was contact. There was contact for sure. They're trying to throw the wheel route. Alward did make contact. It's going to give him a fresh set of downs and move a little bit closer here.
Go half the distance.
We have pass interference on the defense. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
Coach Farrah, you got to have your 2-point player ready to go. That situation's coming here soon. There you see the bump. He's trying to go to Tyler Atkins. Good call.
10th penalty of the drive. Of course, the big one was the personal foul on a late hit. And now this. 1st and goal from the 3.
Don't forget your quarterback draw.
Seaman over the top to Maddie. Got him. Touchdown. 3rd touchdown of the night for Brandon Maddie from Neil Seaman.
They're going to play the clock. They're going to play soft defensively. You're going to allow Louisville to score, but now you got to make the key stop. They've already called the 2-point play. They were ready to go. Coach Farrah was prepared. Here we go.
Trying to draw them within 3. Seaman, quick out.
Let's throw it.
Tyler, that was Schweiger.
Kyle Nelson's the one that knocks it down, number 1. What presence of mind by Kyle Nelson. When they had it set up, all you got to do is put some air on that ball, and it's an easy conversion. Schweiger's just trying to throw it. He's got him open. Brandon Maddie was open. Just got to put a little air under it.
Got it out to Bob Schweiger. Schweiger had Maddie. He's taking another look at the touchdown from Seaman to Maddie. 14 plays, 80 yards in 2.5 minutes. Take another look.
Oh, they had what they wanted. Just got to put air under it.
Great play by Kyle Nelson to get a hand on that football.
Great presence of mind, anticipation of where that ball is going to go.
What do you do now? Do you go onside kick, or do you let it rip?
Well, they got 3 timeouts. That's why you have the option of kicking deep. It was 2:57 is a lot of time with 3 timeouts. So it's his call. If you want to go onside kick, that's fine. You can, but you don't have to at this point in time. Because you have 3 timeouts, you can kick it deep and play defense. Anderson's not going to get real aggressive offensively. At least I don't think so. That'd be awful risky, but, they got some pretty good receivers. You never know.
Saw the look at Brandon Maddie over there on the sideline. 3 touchdowns tonight for the Leopards.
Well, usually when I call these, they go opposite. So I'm going to say onside kick, and they'll kick it deep.
Brian Kuhn will do the kicking. Seaman 25 of 39, 224 yards, 3 touchdowns. There's the scoring drive in 2.5 minutes. 2:57 left on the clock. Let's see what Coach Farrah wants his junior to do here with the football. Kicks it into a little seam. That's John Runk. Runk just going to sit right down. Good play there at the 33. No sense of risking any type of turnover. You got the football. Now try to run some clock. Leopards with 3 timeouts remaining. 2:55 left to go. But they've got to come up with some stops here.
Yeah, and if you're Coach Geisting, you got to get a first down. You have to find a way to get a first down to burn some clock and force Louisville to call timeouts. If you don't get a first down right here, you're going to give Louisville a chance to score. And they're hot right now. They got a hot quarterback. Important to get that first down.
Motion, Bruner. Daniel Rod, handoff. Story, 40, 45, 50, nobody in front of him. 40, 30, 20. He's going to take it to the house. Touchdown, Elijah Story. Hasn't done much all night. Hasn't broken the big one. He's been close, but he might have just drove the dagger deep on that 67-yard touchdown run.
He's been quiet all night long, but he carried this team to get here. The last 4 out of 5 games, 200 yards rushing. And talk about a time to break a big play when they needed it. That's the ball game. Wow!
Great job up front. Tyler White, Kyle Hedrick, Nick Sherman opening up that hole. And you saw why Story has 4 200-yard games in the last 5 weeks. He can turn it on. Extra point. Up. Good. Story, 21 carries, 154 yards. Take another look.
And I'm not sure he got touched. And watch what he does when he sees this seam right here. Look at the acceleration. He's gone right here. And there's a lot of white shirts in position. Brandon Matty's got a line on it, but Brandon Matty's never going to get there. Look at him pulling away. He's taking his team, putting them on his back. We talked about a Cinderella story. Well, guess what? Cinderella story. He just put the exclamation point on it. Ball game.
Story taking it 67 yards. The Leopards had stacked the box. They knew what was coming. And all it took was one good block, one seam. And when everybody's playing up in the box, there's nobody back.
Again, credit the O-line. This day just did a great job. Hat on a hat there. There was a seam, and well, all of a sudden he's sneaking up on 21 carries, 154 yards. And then, other than that play, it's been very quiet for him tonight. But that was kind of big.
2:44 left to go. The last time the Leopards scored, it took them 2.5 minutes to get down the field. Well, there's time, but they're going to have to do it quick.
Oh, that one hurt, though, because Anderson now can afford to play very soft defense. We keep everything in front of them and allow that clock to continue to burn.
John Howard getting ready to kick. Howard sends it to the right side. John Minster hops through Minster. Bob Schweigert picks it up. Looking for some room. Schweigert gets around, spins, and gets across the 20. Well, Louisville will take over. 2:39 left to go.
Louisville puts a huge drive together, chews up a lot of clock, goes all the way down the field, puts it in the end zone, and Anderson scores in one play. They talk about taking the wind out of your sails. That one hurt.
Just when you thought you were going to settle in and maybe see something happen, Elijah Story, as you said at the beginning, writing his own ending to this story right now.
Well, Nick Truesdale got him started tonight, but Elijah Story is going to be the finisher.
Seaman under pressure. Seaman looking as a man. That's Tyler Jones wide open at the 30, 35, and dragged across the 40. Kyle Nelson on the tackle. Clock stopped momentarily. Chains will move, but quickly to the line are the Leopards. Hurry up offense. 2.5 minutes left to go. Good pickup on first down.
When the clock was running there, they burned a couple seconds. That clock should have been stopped.
Seaman goes back to work. Clock is moving. Seaman looking downfield. Boy, he had Brandon Matty wide open over the middle.
We tried to go to Bob Schweigert, and that's not a bad throwaway right there. I'm not sure if he was trying to throw it away, but it stopped the clock, which is good. And you continue to see Anderson. They shuffle players in and out every play. They're trying to stay fresh up front. They've done a nice job of that all night long.
Yeah, they bring in big Nick Truesdale to play defensive end.
Why not?
Seaman, got back. Catch. That's Schweigert. Schweigert
Get down.
fighting for first down yardage.
Get down.
Clock's moving. He's short.
Got to get a play called. That clock is ticking. Let's go.
Nick Allward makes the tackle.
Taking too much time.
Upper right of your screen. 2 minutes left in the football game. About a half a yard for the first down. Seaman. Matty fights his way out of bounds. He's not going to get out of bounds.
Yeah, the clock's going to stop on moving the chains. But I think they, in my opinion, they burned too much time there calling the play. They called the play from the sideline. The quarterback's got to call that play. They lost another 5-7 seconds on that. That's a lot of time right now.
At the 42, first and 10. Clock's moving again, minute 40 and counting. Seaman looking downfield, lofts one up, looking for Matty, and that one's nearly picked off. Kyle Nelson nearly had that one. Let's head back down to the sidelines and Andre Knott.
Here's a tidbit for you guys. There's 1:32 left in this ball game, and it looks like Anderson's going to be able to wrap up the Division II state title tomorrow. Remember this, all the home teams in today's competition, if Anderson holds on, have won the state championship. So if you're a home team tomorrow, then maybe you have a little luck on your side.
Wow. Great stuff.
How important is that coin toss?
Absolutely. 132. Seaman. Pressure. Seaman. And he's going to be dragged down. Well, Kevin Chapman.
Chapman's going to get the sack. Guess who got the pressure? You want to guess? Can you think? 81. And Nick Truesdale is the first one to get through. And Chapman there to wrap it up. And that one's going to sting. You guys use timeout right here. You got 3.
They're not going to do it. Close to a minute when this one snapped. 3rd and 14. Seaman. Wide open. Tyler Jones.
Complete to number 7, Tyler Jones.
Jones.
I think he's got the first down. He's close enough at least for a measurement to stop the clock. If he does not, they got to measure.
Yep, they're not going to do it. They're saying 4th down and about a half a yard.
Yeah, you got to measure right there.
So this is it. 37 seconds. Seaman has the first down. Now you got to burn a timeout. Paul Farrell will take his first of 3 timeouts. 32 seconds left to go. 31-19 lead for Anderson. But again, as you mentioned, just took a little bit too much time in this particular drive in that hurry-up offense.
Well, and I think, you know, I can be critical here and say they're taking too much time. The reality is, you know, they don't have a lot of time. It's not an ally for them right now. It's an enemy. Because they're behind 31-19, you got to have 2 scores here. There's just a little bit too much, not enough time left for them. And really, the run by Elijah Story is the difference in this ball game. Just when Louisville gets close, he breaks their back, and it's hard to come back after that one.
Yeah, Elijah Story certainly has been the storyline here in this 4th quarter. Waiting for him to kind of break out all game long, and this is a workhorse for the Redskins. Seemed like he was either a cutaway or a tackle away from taking it when they needed it most. Their star running back comes up huge. 6 foot, 195-pound senior. Over 1,896 yards, 21 touchdowns coming in at 201 yards, 3 touchdowns last week. 21 carries, 154 yards tonight. 32 seconds left. Seaman, straight drop. Looking downfield, he's just going to try to get to the sideline, and he will.
We just saw that shot of Coach Geisting on the sideline. How about that? First season as head coach. He's been an assistant for all these years. First season as head coach, and he's going to get a ring.
One of the nicest gentlemen you'll ever meet. Very quiet, reserved individual. 19 years as an assistant for the Redskins. And actually had a chance, hey, when you went to the spread, did you make any changes? He goes, you know what, ask this guy right here. He coached before me, and he dragged in the old head coach. Seaman looking downfield as a man open. Schweigert got it! Oh, and a touchdown! Bob Schweigert with a great catch.
He's done it all night. And he's made catch after catch after catch. And another one laying out in the end zone. Tips it to himself and has the composure to pull it down. Well, you never know. Got an onside kick coming up. I can pretty much assure you of that. Down 6 at this point in time. It doesn't matter if you go for 1 or 2.
How about the catch?
Bob Schweigert. And a great throw by Neil Seaman. He saw the vertical seam, put the ball where it needed to be, and Schweigert went up and got it.
Looking over to the sidelines.
And it's kind of a moot point if you get 1 or 2 right here. They've struggled with this, so they probably feel like they're better chances to go for 2.
Yeah, either way, they'd have to score a touchdown to win it. And great play by Kuhlenberg. Kuhlenberg wasn't faked out at all. He comes in and makes the tackle. Bob Kuhlenberg comes in to make the tackle. Take another look at this throw.
Boy, a good job stepping up again. Nice job of the O-line. He sees the vertical seam, throws it in there. Boy, we've seen a lot of great catches tonight. Schweigert does another one. Coach Geist is saying, oh, I was thinking about what size my ring was going to be. Now all of a sudden we got to recover an onside kick. Not over.
Seaman 30 of 46, 283 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Well, he's had a great second half. Turned the ball over a couple times in the first half, but really settled down, making a lot of great throws. He's just had a tremendous year.
That touchdown pass, his 40th touchdown to add to his total for the year. 40 touchdowns combined.
Not too bad. Not too bad for a junior. Coach Barrett just has been on the underside all night long. They trailed early in the game. They just fought and clawed their way back in this game. But now they need to recover an onside kick and go score.
Ryan Kuhn going to pooch it. And covered up at the 50 by the Redskins. And that was Spicer on the recovery. Justin Racer on the recovery. And a big recovery it was. 19 seconds left to go. 2 timeouts for the Leopards.
Well, that should seal it. A couple snaps should be the ball game.
When you look back at the film on this game, you're going to see some early turnovers in the first half that came back to haunt you.
Well, early turnovers, and Anderson came out firing. They scored 14 quick points, and one of those was off a turnover. Truesdale got the first 2 scores and really set the tone for this game tonight, and they took control, and they've been in control all night long.
Rod down on one knee. And that will be the final play of this Division II state championship game. Cincinnati Anderson enjoying their first ever state championship.
A classy move there by Coach Barrett. He had 2 timeouts. He could have burned him. He chose not to.
Cincinnati Anderson Redskins, your 2007 Division II state champs. Certainly was a battle-tested team, this Anderson team.
Well, Coach Geising and his staff deserve a ton of credit. They had a great game plan tonight going up against a very solid Louisville team. Offensively and defensively, they really put the plan together. They took advantage, throwing the football early to Truesdale, to John Runk, a little bit to Jason Bruner, and they finished it with Elijah Story.
Hey, you see the handshakes, you see a happy Coach Geisting, and we're going to take a break. Your final for this Division II state championship game, the Redskins of Cincinnati Anderson enjoying this one 31-25, the final here at Paul Brown Stadium. That's the scene, Paul Brown Stadium, Cincinnati Anderson, Division II state champs with a 31-25 win. Take a look at the OhioHSSports.com play of the game. Who else? Elijah Story busting this touchdown run that handed Cincinnati Anderson their first ever state football championship. 21 carries, 154 yards and a touchdown. That was a 67-yard touchdown run. Let's hand it over to our PA announcer as they get ready for the trophy ceremonies on the field.
Canton Stark County Convention and Visitors Bureau and chair of this year's football championship committee will present a commemorative 2007 state championship game football to the Louisville Leopards. And now, John Dickerson, Ohio High School Athletic Association Assistant Commissioner, assisted by OHSAA Board of Control members Teresa Elberts and Phil Ackerman, will present the 2007 Division II State Runner-Up Trophy to the outstanding football team from Louisville, the Leopards of Louisville High School.
Coach Farah and the Leopards from Louisville High School, you've had a great season, and I know as I look up there, your fans are very proud of what you've accomplished this year. First time ever trip to the state final championship game. You were regional champions, and tonight you become the state runner-up in a very hard-fought contest. Congratulations. Gentlemen, be disappointed but not discouraged. You've made your community, your school, your teammates very proud of what you've done. 5 weeks ago, when tournament play started, 120 teams started in Division II. Only 2 teams played tonight. You were one of them. Congratulations. At this time, as I represent our member schools, commissioner, staff, and board of control, I'm very proud to present to Coach Farah and the Leopards from Louisville, Division II runner-up 2007. Gentlemen, congratulations.
See the seniors down there on the field collecting the runner-up trophy. As you mentioned, 192 schools start this tournament. Not too bad when you're one of the 2 left playing for a state championship in your division.
No, it's not too bad, and I know those seniors and captains don't want to be standing there holding the runner-up trophy. When you make it this far, it really hurts to lose, but they have nothing to be ashamed of. They played a great football game tonight. They ran into an Anderson buzzsaw tonight. Anderson played a great game, and Coach Farah's got to be very proud of what his staff and his team has accomplished this year.
Don't be surprised to see them back next year. Very young football team. Coach Farah said they were a little surprised that it all came together this year. They were expecting to look to next year's class to be the one that makes the run. But, you know, football is. It's a funny game.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's got a lot of young players, especially you got your quarterback coming back and a number of receivers coming back. Bob Swigert, just a sophomore. Tyler Jones, a junior. Got a lot of guys. Brandon Matty had a pretty nice game tonight as well as a junior. Good chance they'll be back.
Shot there, Coach Farah.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, Assistant Commissioner John Dickerson, along with Board of Control members Teresa Elberts and Phil Ackerman, will present the 2007 Division II State Championship Trophy to the outstanding football team from Cincinnati Anderson, the Redskins of Cincinnati Anderson High School.
Are you proud of these Redskins? Gentlemen, and Coach Keesting and the Redskins, what a great, great season you've had, culminated tonight with a state championship. My understanding is that you were the league champions 2 weeks ago, regional champions, and tonight you deserve the right to be called state champions. 120 schools started out. Only one is still undefeated in tournament play, and they're standing here right behind me. Gentlemen, congratulations. At this time, as I look around at this very proud bunch of young men, the coach and the captains, as I represent our member schools, governing board, commissioner, and staff, I'm so proud to present to you first ever football championship, Division II, 2007. Congratulations.
Line up on the 40, got load of trophies so we can see the faces.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank
Still
you for
coaching
your
down there.
attendance.
Come on, guys. Line up on the 40.
They want to get that picture taken. That's what everybody dreams of. You get the trophy and you all go take that picture. They'll never forget it.
I was impressed at how quickly the state championship hats got down there onto the kids. It was NFL-like how fast those things got down there.
Those officials do a great job with that. And that's difficult. You have to respect the opposing team that just lost, you know. Coach Farrell's over there getting ready to talk to the team. That's not the position you want to be in.
No, but both teams enjoying a tremendous season. Both of them with some big wins along the way in the state playoffs. A couple of them had to go through some powerhouses to get here. And both teams should be congratulated on excellent seasons. Both of the head coaches have done a tremendous job getting these kids ready for this game tonight.
Louisville had a great run to the playoffs. They beat Uniontown Lake. They beat Dresden Tri-Valley. Monster win over St. Francis de Sales, 25-20 a couple of weeks ago, and they beat Mayfield handily last week, 41-13. They deserve to be here.
And this was an Anderson team who's been the underdog the last couple of weeks. They certainly were the underdog against the Sales. They certainly were the underdog against Mayfield. And they took that to heart. They got to the state championship game, and they knew what they had, and they delivered right here in front of a television audience, in front of a huge house at Paul Brown Stadium. And right now they're walking off the field with all hardware. And now they're going towards the stands to thank the faithful, moms, dads, aunts, and uncles, brothers and sisters.
But I'm sure they're going to think back to a couple of weeks ago. They beat Kirkland on the last second play. They had to drive the length of the field to win that game 24-23, and Daniel Ross snuck it in on the last play of the game, literally, and they beat Ashland, a very good Ashland team last week. Impressive run. They're going to get a state championship.
The chance of a champion here at Paul Brown Stadium tonight. Cincinnati Anderson Redskins enjoying a hard-fought 31-25 win over the Louisville Leopards. Turning in some big plays in the first half, turning turnovers into points, and then in the second half getting their star running back loose on a 67-yard touchdown run that sealed the deal.
It did seal the deal, but they got production out of all their playmakers tonight. Story certainly finished it with a 67-yard touchdown run. Daniel Rod, 12-19, 2 touchdowns. Nick Truesdale early on was a stud, 5 catches, 129 yards, and 2 touchdowns. They just did it across the board. They were consistent. They came ready to play. They jumped on it early, and they held on.
And they'll have the hardware to prove it when they get home tonight. It'll be a happy trip home when they do get on that bus and head back. They got up here, as we mentioned, day early yesterday, took in the sights and sounds of the Canton area, going to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and just enjoying the moment. And that's exactly what they're doing right now.
That's what it should be like. Boy, and I tell you what, Louisville, a great effort offensively, especially in the second half. Neil Seaman really with a huge night. 29 of 45, 283 yards, 4 touchdowns. Also had 91 yards rushing. A couple turnovers in the first half are what's going to come back to haunt him, but he put some big numbers up. Brandon Matty, 11 catches, a couple of touchdowns. Bob Swigert had a touchdown, 9 catches. Tyler Jones had 6. They put up some numbers, but just not enough. They had to play catch-up all night long.
Well, it all started with a couple of Nick Truesdell touchdown passes, 52-yard touchdown pass, put him on the board 7-0, and then went back to Truesdell again on a 28-yard touchdown pass from Daniel Rod. It was 14-0. Let's head down to the sidelines now, where Andre Knott standing by with the state championship head coach.
Coach, first of all, congratulations. You've been in the school 20 years. Your first year as a head coach. What's the feeling to get this win?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. It's tremendous. I mean, I'm so happy for all the guys I work with that put so much time in and care so much about our program and our school, and our players care so much, and former players. And you know, if you've been there 20 years and you see guys coming back that I coached 20 years ago and just wanting to be a part of it, they care about us so much. It means a lot to you.
Is there anyone in the state that can cover Nick Truesdell?
I don't think so. I mean, if he wants to go get it, unless you got a 6'8" corner to put on him, and he wants to play. He's a big, strong kid and makes plays, and Daniel's smart enough to throw it up in the air to him.
Defensively, what was the key for you guys really in that first half and slowing down this Louisville offense?
Well, after the first couple of possessions, we felt like they really couldn't run the ball very effectively against us, so we were able to play our nickel front, and that helped quite a bit. And we broke on some balls, got some picks.
Coach, we appreciate the time and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
All right, state championship coach right there. Back up to you guys.
Thanks, Andre, and a great job all night long inside the frigid temperatures down there on the sidelines. Well, partner, have to go get your rest. You'll be back early in the morning to get yourself ready as we get set for another live triple header of football. You see the Leopards came up a little bit short. Cincinnati Anderson, a 31-25 win in this Division II state championship. The director of tonight's broadcast, Pat Murray, our producer, Jim Murphy, our sideline reporter, Andre Knott, my partner up here in the booth.